Okay. Check. We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, wherever you are, whenever you are, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will begin the first of a 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. That has got to be the worst name for a ballpark in all of professional sports. But yes, a 4-game series starting tonight. Hello, everybody. My name's Steve, also known as the Birdwatcher, or BW for short, whatever you want to call me. And welcome back for another game of Orioles baseball. Tonight, game number, 39, 47, 48. Game number 48 tonight, as the Orioles look to bounce back from their first sweep in over 2 years. A little more about that later. But first of all, I want to say hi to everybody coming into the Charm City chat. People returning in for another night of Orioles baseball. And also a big hello and welcome to anyone who might be new to my channel. You're not alone. A lot of people are new every day. This channel just started up at the beginning of the 2024 season. The goal is to do play-by-play coverage for every Orioles baseball game. So far, 47 games in the books. It's been working out. The channel's been growing at a great rate. The community here is growing. The Charm City chat. And can't wait to say hi to you guys here in just a sec. But yeah, if you're new, this is the place you want to be for year-round Orioles baseball coverage in-game. Maybe you don't have a chance to watch the game on your television or hear it on the radio. You can follow everything going on right here on the Birdwatcher channel. I'll be doing the play-by-play, providing you commentary. And of course, once more, the Charm City chat here as well to add their input. We'll have some information up on the screen throughout the game as well to keep you up to date on everything going on, whether you came in late or just want a reminder of where we're at. I'll keep you covered, all right? So if you enjoy what you see, you might want to think about subscribing to the channel. We're on the road to the first 1,000 people, a fantastic rate. We're not even 2 months into the season, and we're only about 150 short of their first 1,000. So come aboard. There's no obligation, no commitment, no salesman will visit your home. By hitting that subscription button, it'll just pop my little thumbnail up in your recommends a little easier for you. You can always hit the notification bell as well to get a little reminder when the games are coming on. But yeah, give it a try. It's free. All right, so tonight, the Orioles, once again, coming off the worst 3 games stretch of this season and perhaps for a couple of seasons. We've been swept for the first time in over 2 years. But hey, nothing beats the medicine that is the Chicago White Sox. Folks, every game means something. You can't take any team for granted. But the White Sox come in tonight with a record of 15-35. So what is that? Divide 5 into that. 3 and yeah, they're winning 30% of their ball games. They have a winning percentage of 300. That is about as bad as it gets, folks. That is last year's Oakland A's bad. So we need to take advantage of this. 4 games, a 4-game sweep could really take everything that happened at the start of the week and make it go away. But 3 out of 4, I'll take it. We need 3 out of 4. All right, so Grayson Rodriguez is going to be on the mound tonight, and I can't think of a better guy to get this series started. He was phenomenal in his last start. He comes in with a record of 4-1, ERA of 3.15. And, yeah, the numbers are looking good for him, coming off a really good start. Facing Mike Clevenger, a veteran right-hander. He's been bounced around. He's on the White Sox this year, and his numbers are pretty indicative of the White Sox pitching in general. 0-2 record, an ERA of over 5.5, and a very, very loud whip of 1.85. This guy's given up nearly 2 base runners per inning. He's only had 11 and third innings. I guess this is going to be maybe his third start, or maybe his fourth, considering he's been knocked around a lot. But, yeah, 6 walks and 15 hits in just 11 and third innings. Let's hope our offense can get it going against Mike Clevenger. On the starting lineups, we're going to take a look. For the Orioles, leading off playing short, Gunnar Henderson, no surprise. Adley Rutschman batting second and catching. Again, no shock there. Ryan O'Hearn will DH and bat third. Anthony Santander will clean up and play right field. Jordan Westberg in the 5-hole at third base. Colton Cowser in left field. He'll bat sixth. Ryan Mountcastle moved all the way down to the 7 spot. That glove of his is very valuable, but lately the bat has been pretty darn cold. He's down in the 7 spot at first base. Cedric Mullins in the lineup at center, hitting 8th, and finally Jorge Mateo at second base, batting 9th. For your White Sox, hopefully I'll get all these names right. You have Tommy Pham, a lot of veterans, a lot of guys you might have seen from other teams you might remember. A bit of a hodgepodge lineup of some unproven young guys and some perhaps veterans past their prime, but Tommy Pham has actually been a nice bright spot for the White Sox. So they got him leading off. He's hitting over 300. That's by far the best average you're going to see in this lineup. Nicky Lopez, he'll play second and bat second. Andrew Vaughn will be the first baseman hitting third. Gavin Sheets, the cleanup hitter, he will DH. No relation to Larry Sheets, as far as I know. Paul DeYoung will bat fifth and play short. He leads the team in home runs. Andrew Benintendi will play left field and bat sixth. Corey Lee, the catcher, batting seventh. Dominic Fletcher in center field, batting eighth. And Danny Mendick, the third baseman, batting ninth. Folks, it's time for something that Oriole fans might need. I call it the State of the Ball Club Address. Folks, we need a little bit of a pep talk. I think we need a little bit of a pep talk. I'm looking around at Orioles Twitter. I'm looking around the social media. I'm picking up on the vibes out there, and I'm not too happy with the vibes. Because you know what? If our team's struggling, it's a combination of team struggling and bad vibes. When has that ever panned out? So I'm going to get you through a little something here. Folks, we just suffered our first 3-game losing streak of the season. Now, I know that that's a difficult pill to swallow, but would it help if I told everybody that we're the last team in baseball to get a 3-game losing streak this season? Okay? Not to mention, it took a 2+ year-long historic run of not getting swept for this 3-game losing streak to occur. Can we acknowledge, folks, job well done by the Orioles with that 2+ year-long streak? What that points to is the consistency that this team has and the ability to avoid long streaks. Folks, last time the Orioles won the World Series, they had a couple of losing streaks, I believe, of 7 or 10 games. Okay? Just to put things into perspective. But look, at the same time, it needs to be acknowledged that this first sweep and this losing streak should also be a wake-up call, that maybe we need to make a couple of changes. I'm not sitting here with rose-colored glasses telling you everything will be just fine. No. We need to look at what happened against the Cardinals as some sort of a sign. We might need to make a few changes. And for me, that number one change is our plate approach as a team, top to bottom. We need to start making adjustments. Number one, working counts. Working counts. We got to do it. But back to the state. In spite of it all, folks, we begin today with a record of 29-19. You can see it right up there in the corner of your screen. That is a winning percentage of .617. You know what .617 winning percentage gets you at the end of 162 games? That's exactly the winning percentage the Dodgers had at the end of last season. That was good enough for 100 wins. Folks, could I tell you that we're at our lowest point in the season and we're still on pace for 100 wins. That's not too shabby. Let's hang in there. So this is all to remind for people that might have their criticisms to try to put things into perspective. We can all have our handful of bones of contention, but you need to have faith that the plans we have will be executed when the time is right. And by that I mean we have some veterans on this team that, yeah, they're struggling, and yeah, they may not be part of our long-term plans after this season. But these are some of the guys that have been key to providing their part in making us the contenders that we are and have been for the last couple of years. And baseball is the kind of sport where a veteran is going to be given a chance to work out of a slump. As long as we aren't in a nosedive, as long as we're playing 600 baseball, we have a club that can handle a couple of our veterans going through a slump. They're not just going to be immediately given up on. I say all this because as fans, we need to back all of our players as long as they are our players. If you think a guy like Sid Mullins, for example, doesn't have it in him to do something special in the biggest of moments, particularly with that glove of his in center field, which no other person in the organization can match right now, then you have a short-term memory. Same goes for a guy like Anthony Santander when he's up in an RBI spot when he needed it the most. Again, I understand that these two may not be long-term parts of our plans. I understand that they may be slumping, but they have been key to the rise of this team. And I especially want guys like those who've played through all those tough years when we weren't so good to be a part of the magic that we're putting together right now. Again, as long as they're here, they're a part of this. I say that again, acknowledging Kyle Stowers should be in this lineup, okay? He should have been in the lineup for the final game against the Cardinals. I'm rooting for Kjerstad, Stowers, Holiday, Mayo, Norby, Bradfield, Basayo. The list goes on and on. But folks, we have to look, until we look somehow way off pace to make the playoffs, the yet-to-be-established stars, they just have to wait for their chance. But that said, again, on record, I'm very disappointed in the lack of starts for Stowers with the glut of right-handed pitching we've got in our lineup, or that we have facing our lineups. This really is the opportunity to give Stowers a chance. And he did everything to prove in that middle game, split up between 2 days against the Cardinals. With his limited little chance, he showed the kind of hustle and just a spark that this team really needs right now. So, yeah, I am upset that Stowers is not in the lineup. But big picture, I'm believing in the process. I think I got a little more to say there, but I really don't have time to read it. But, folks, just stay the course, okay? We're going to be all right. And the last thing we need to do is just sit here and wallow in what happened for the last few days. It's time to get into this. It says 2 outs already. How are there 2 outs? It said first pitch is 6:45. Was first pitch 6:40? Did I talk my way through the beginning of the ball game? Oh, my God. You guys are going to kill me. You guys are going to kill me. I swear I had the game up at 6:45. There's 2 outs already in the top of the first. So as I'm giving you a pep talk, I've completely blown my job. All right, here's the deal, folks. 2 down, nobody on. 1 out, nobody on. Excuse me. Adley Rutschman. All right, now make it 2 down, nobody on. Rutschman strikes out. Folks, I apologize. I could have sworn 7:45 was first pitch. That was first pitch in St. Louis. I missed it by 5 minutes. I just felt like I really need to get out everything I had to say about the state of the Orioles right now. Because we got a long way to go, folks. All right, Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike on the inside part of the zone. Gunnar Henderson obviously retired to lead off the inning. I wish I could have told you how it happened. But Rutschman struck out, and O'Hearn is up there right now with an 0-1 count. Base is empty. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Mike Clevenger is on the mound for the White Sox. And this is a guy we got to get to. There's really no excuse. These White Sox starters have been getting lit up pretty much all season long. Here's a called strike. Bottom of the zone on the outside corner. Boy, I need some beverages. Dry mouth already. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and there you go. Top of the first, the Orioles. Nothing to build on in the first inning. Couple of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the first. Orioles nothing. The White Sox coming up, and I guess now it's time to catch up on chat. I have been neglecting the chat. Let me say hello to everybody. Christina, how you doing? Welcome back in, folks. Christina and Card Crazed are mods for the channel. Take care of them. They'll take care of you. Hey there, Baxter. Melanie, how you doing, hun? Cam, welcome back in. Earth has curve. All right, hot take. Hey, Bill, welcome back on in. Matt's here as well. Ryan's back. Good to see all the familiar faces here. Base in the house. Let's get a dub. I am ready. Clevenger used to be good. Yeah, Clevenger's had some good seasons in the past. With the Reds, I think he made an all-star game or two. But not these days. Not with the White Sox. Looks like O's lineup before Elias got here, Mr. Hyde says. Could you please talk about the trade that happened today? I'm not sure why the Orioles sent a pitcher and a catcher just for a different catcher. Well, here's the deal. Let's bring up that trade. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. That's the roster. By the way, folks, John Means is on the 15-day DL. And 15-day, folks, that's if we have a miracle on our hands. John Means, another forearm strain issue on his pitching arm. This could be extremely bad news for John Means in terms of his professional career. With all the rehab he's had to do, all the times he's had to bounce back from elbow issues, Tommy John, that could be tough. But yeah, Mike Baumann, here's the trade. Michael Baumann and Michael Perez for Blake Hunt. By the way, here we go. Grayson Rodriguez, first pitch of the ball game to Tommy Pham, called strike on the lower inner part of the zone. And the next pitch is lifted in the air to right center. Mullins is going to have to play it on a bounce in front of him. A leadoff single by Tommy Pham. So he continues his hot hitting. And the White Sox waste no time starting their offense. Leadoff man on. Yeah, so who is Blake Hunt, you might ask? I was wondering myself. I looked into it a little bit. Where did we pick him up from? Seattle, that's right. So Blake Hunt came up through the Padres organization, and then he's been with Seattle now for a couple of seasons. Nicky Lopez at the plate. First pitch is here is ball one. Lopez hitting from the left side, 223 average. No power numbers whatsoever. Pops this one high in the air to left field. Should be playable. And is that Cowser out there in left making the catch? Yes, indeed. One down here in the bottom of the first. This Blake Hunt catcher, he's been doing pretty well in AAA for the Mariners. He's got a slugging percentage right around 500. He's putting together some nice stats. What I see this move is just an upgrade on our number 3 catcher. Here's a foul ball back by Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn, first baseman for the Sox. I mean, this is your number 3 hitter. 193 average, on base percentage 251. And the 0-1 pitch to him is low, 1-1. So, yeah, what I think the Orioles are doing is saying to themselves, in case James McCann gets hurt, or even Adley, we just want a third guy, a third string guy that in case we've got any issues with our catchers, we just want a better option than Michael Perez. So basically, we threw in Baumann, who got DFA'd, by the way. Here's a base hit into right field by Vaughn. Vaughn goes into the opposite field, and the White Sox have their second hit here in the first. All right. So that's basically all I can see. I don't think Hunt is any immediate threat to McCann to come up and take over as the number 2 catcher. But if McCann were to completely lose it or get hurt, I guess they look at Hunt as a guy that can fill the second catcher role a little bit better than Perez. Not a big move, but when Elias sees a way to improve the team, that's what he goes out and does. 1 out, 2 on. Gavin Sheets at the plate. First pitch is outside for ball 1. And so is the second pitch. 2-0. Come on, Grayson. I mean, come on. Here's the 2-0, and it's outside. 3-0. Not even close. Not even close. Gavin Sheets, he's a power bat from the left side. That's why he's hitting cleanup. Got to be careful with him. 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. We have a good team now, but in my humble opinion, our peak years are ahead of us. Oh, yeah, folks, we're just getting started here. This one's a called strike, and the count now full on Gavin Sheets. 1 out, 2 on, bottom of the first. Just getting started with a long 4-game series that'll run all the way through Sunday. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Bases loaded. Bases loaded for the White Sox here in the first. And now we're already up against the ropes. Here comes Drew French to have a chat. Gunnar hit a soft grounder to second base to start the ball game. Thanks, Rob. ABW, what are your thoughts on the trade? Oh, yeah, that's the one I just went over. Okay, we all caught up. What in tar nation is happening? It's called the ups and downs of a baseball season. Again, folks, we were the last team to get a losing streak as long as 3 this year. Everybody else has suffered through a 3-game losing streak. So unless every baseball fan for every baseball team out there is all convinced that the season is in peril, somebody's got to rise from the ashes. Here's a pitch outside to Paul DeJong. DeJong at the plate, bases loaded, 1 out. And folks, I don't have the subscreen even around yet. We're just going to look at this because I don't want anything getting spoiled on screen. I know it's a little bit ahead. This one is swung on and missed. Okay. 1-1 the count. Couple of sliders here from Grayson to start this at bat. Now we need to maybe try a different pitch. And there's one, a fastball in under the hands, fouled away. Good location there from Grayson. And he's got DeJong in a 1-2 count. DeJong will strike out. And we need that here, or a ground ball double play. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And the 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez. In on the hand, swung on and missed. There you go, Grayson. Got that K when you needed it the most. All right, a chance to get out of this inning. Fingers crossed. 2 down now with the bases loaded. What in tarnation's happening, my friend? What in the tarnation? All right, first pitch to Benintendi, fouled straight back. Benintendi, former Red Sox. That's sort of where he got his start. He's hitting a $186 on the season. 0-1 count, and there's a called strike two. A beautiful changeup on the inside edge with a nice dip on it at the end. 0-2 the count. Let's put him away. And tarnation is a nice clean word, my friend. I like it. The pitch fouled straight back. On an 0-2 pitch, Grayson throwing a pitch right between the belt and the knees. Just a little bit outside. It was a little too close to the middle of the plate on an 0-2 pitch. But got away with it. Here's the next one. This one's up and away. That one a little bit too far off the plate. Come on, Grayson. Somewhere between too much of the plate and too far off. Like, I don't know, the corner. 1-2 the count. The pitch to Benintendi is up and away, 2-2. All right. We can't let it go to 3-2. I'm thinking change up low and away. Make it look like a strike and let it dip down a little bit. 2-2 pitch is a change up, but it's low and in. Okay, so I got everything right except it was in, not away. I got the pitch right. I got the low part right. But it's fouled away by Benintendi. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bases loaded, bottom of the first. 24th pitch already from Rodriguez is low and in. A curveball. Benintendi lays off. And now we are completely chocked to the brim here. Nothing left to do. Full count, 2 out, bases loaded, pitch coming. Here it is. Up and away, ball 4. Not even close. What in the God's name? What? Of all the ways to give up a run in the first, a walk on a pitch not close? Man, oh man. All right. Corey Lee up at the plate. And he fouls one away. So not only does that get a run in and keep the inning alive for something really bad to happen, but now Grayson's pitch count going to get up there and near the 30 range. Number 27 coming up here. And this one's fouled away. 0-2. 2 strikes on another batter. Can we put him away? It seems like it's been the toughest thing for every Oriole, that put-away pitch after getting 2 strikes. The 0-2 is, oh, come on, Blue. Fastball, top of the zone. It's a strike according to the StatCast. Grayson can't get the call. 1-2 the count. The pitch. A slider, a little off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 30 coming up. Bases still loaded. By the way, it looks like there's about 5,000 people at this ball game right now. The pitch. A broken bat, soft grounded to first, could be trouble, but Grayson's able to cover the bag and take the flip from Mountcastle to win the inning. My God. I mean, talk about laboring. The White Sox get on the board in the first with a bases-loaded walk. We go to the second. Chicago 1, the Orioles nothing. Oh, Christ. Walking Andrew Benintendi with the bases loaded. After already walking Gavin Sheets. 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. I guess when you look at it that way, giving up 1 run, I don't know. I mean, I was hoping maybe I can get through one inning without already feeling a sense of dread. But it's not dread, folks. It's not dread. It's just, it's difficult. Just show me that we can do something against Mike Clevenger. I am tired of us looking like we can't figure out mediocre to subpar starting pitchers. That's right, William. Lucky, but at the same time, 2 walks, you're putting yourself in the position to be to where luck has nothing to do with it. Good luck with the White Sox. The Yankees win today. Yep. Well, that's why we got to beat them. The Yankees got to play them. They took care of business. We need to do the same. Again, you can't take any team for granted. The number one thing I want to see from this Orioles team, folks, more than anything right now, maybe it sounds like I sound like a little league coach or something, but the number one thing I want to see right now is just our body language and our attitude in general out there in the field. I'm not seeing guys playing like they're enjoying themselves. And again, our players cannot afford to have the same attitude as a lot of our fans. They can't be sitting there and going, man, we lost 3 in a row. We suck. That's not how you're going to turn things around. Let's get things back to basics. Let's go out there and have a little bit of fun. Anthony Santander at the plate. He takes low and away for ball 1. We are in the top of the second. The White Sox with a 1-0 lead. First game of a 4-game series. Santander comes in hitting just .206. Clevenger's next pitch is a breaking ball that just clips the outside edge. 1-1 the count. Next offering is outside. And the count 2-1. All right, Jaden has his one allotted 12 heart emoji. Oh, and there's more. All right, Jaden, that's enough hearts. How are you doing? Here's a ground ball to second base. And then by. All right. Okay. Whatever works for you. I don't know. I guess it's a good sign you got time on your hands. Some people don't have any time on their hands. They're very, very busy. All right. Oh, here's a hard swing by Jordan Westberg, but it goes foul. Westberg's average is now down to 281. Man, everybody's averages are slipping. One out, bases empty in the top of the second. Jaden, you've got one more comment to go to say something that actually means anything to anybody before I just give up, because I'm just not in the mood. Not in the mood. Hi, bye, bunch of hearts, bunch of more hearts. Are we going to actually try to communicate with people, or what are we doing? 0-2 pitch is popped up. First base side, foul ground. Long run for Vaughn, and it bounces off the screen. So Westberg's at bat will stay alive. Okay, here we go. 0-2 count. And the next pitch swung on and missed. Man, a cutter dropping low and away all the way. And, man, even Westberg not looking at himself at the plate right now. That's probably the worst swing I've seen him take all season. 2 down. Here's Colton Cowser. He takes a first pitch strike at the bottom of the zone. Well, I don't know if there's a Triple Crown player out there, Mr. Hyde, to scoop up. Here's a swing and a miss by Cowser on a pitch low and away, a changeup from Clevenger. Man. I mean, I don't get it. Clevenger averages 2 base runners per inning, which means for every inning where he only allows 1 guy on base, he's giving up 3 in the next. We should be peppering the baseball. Here's a pitch up and away. 1-2 the count on Colton Cowser. I mean, did we not have some sort of team meeting and have some sort of just, I don't know, mental release and just talk about going back to some basics here? 1-2 pitches in the dirt. And the count 2-2 on Cowser. 2 down, nobody on in the second. Is Cowser's beard already growing back? Well, that would explain why it had such a nice look to it when it's growing out. My beard never looks like that. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. And, man, I'm telling you what, folks. My ball game, yeah, Carrie, I know. My ball game is way ahead. Way ahead. Or the ESPN is way ahead of my ball game, I should say. I don't know what to do about it. This one's going to be hitting the air to left, backing up on it, and right on the edge of the track, Benintendi makes the catch. Inning over, we go to the bottom of the second. It's the White Sox 1, the Orioles nothing. The Orioles 6 up, 6 down against Mike Clevenger. Jack. So what did we all think, Jack? Because I thought maybe we might have another 100-win team in our hands, and coming into today's ball game, we're on pace to win 100 games. So how good were you thinking we were supposed to be? 120 wins? 125 wins? Jack, how many wins this season would be good enough for you? I'm interested. I'm curious. Jack? What to you would be a team you're proud of in terms of record? Just let me know. I'm really, really curious. This shouldn't take too long to figure out, Jack. Tell me a record that you'd be proud of. What record would that be? I'm waiting. Jack? Jack? Yeah, he also pops up on Ryan Ripken's podcast. First thing he said on his podcast yesterday was, this team is trash. So, Jack, how many wins would you be happy with at the end of the season? It's a very simple question, Jack. You have a lot of opinions, but you don't seem to be able to answer simple questions, Jack. Earth to Jack. I mean, what are you doing, buddy? What are you even doing? What are you, like, just the Johnny Appleseed of negativity? Are you just roaming the countryside, spreading your seeds of negativity wherever you go? Is that your mission, Jack? All right, here we go. Bottom of the second. Swing and a miss by Dominic Fletcher, leading it off here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the order, Fletcher, Mendick, and then back to the top of the order. Here's one hit in the air to left, into the gap, backing up, and the center fielder, Mullins, will make the catch in left center. Never. Boy, Jack, other people seem to be coming up with records. I guess Jack just can't. I mean, are you sitting there crunching numbers right now, Jack? What is it, 152 games? Should we be 152-10? And in those 10 losses, Jack, is that the only thing to talk about, the 10 losses? Not the 152 wins? Mendick at the plate, and after a first pitch strike, Grayson throws a called strike 2. 0-2 on Mendick, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, White Sox ahead 1-0. Rodriguez trying to get his pitch count back under control after throwing 30 in the first. Here's a foul ball, and the count's still 0-2. I guess I just stumped Jack, folks. I guess Jack is just plain stumped. Sorry to throw you such a curveball there, Jack. There's a check swing, and the home plate umpire says you went. Danny Mendick down on strikes, 2 down. All right, this is so far so good from Grayson in terms of trying to bounce back. I know. That's amazing. It's amazing how people can just sit there and just repeat the same stuff over and over again, and then you just give them a logical question that they know they can't answer without making everything that they've said sound hypocritical and pointless. Here's a called strike to Tommy Pham on a breaking ball. Pham had a base hit back in the first that came around to score via the walk, and he fouls this one away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tommy Pham. Yeah, I guess Mendick, kind of an unfortunate name. Although it would describe a few of the people that show up in my chat from time to time. 2-2 the count on Tommy Pham. Pitch. High for ball 3. So another full count here from Grayson. Come on, Grayson. Less full counts. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 96, top of the zone. Pham strikes out. And Grayson with a much better inning this time around. 1, 2, 3, including a punch out. We go to the third. It's the White Sox 1, the Orioles nothing. Hey there, Janet. Boy, Janet, you've missed such a great start. I forgot already. What's the hot take? I forgot what the hot take was already. This team simply isn't as good as we all thought. First of all, Jack, do yourself a favor and don't bother speaking on all of our behalves ever again. You're not speaking on my behalf. So when you say things like, we all thought, I'm not thinking like you, pal. We think different, thankfully. So, yeah, that's right. Look, folks, the Birdwatcher, he's a nice, rational guy. But yeah, like anybody else, you want to push my buttons? You know? What's the expression? F around and find out? Yeah, I kind of abide by that philosophy. All right. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody else able to cope with the fact that we're on pace to win 100 games? Is everyone okay with the fact that we might not win the division but just go to the playoffs anyway and still get to the World Series, which is the same route that like the last 2 or 3 teams have taken ever since this playoff structure has changed? Teams that finish with the best records and get a bye haven't exactly had a great advantage. All right. Tony loves it. My friend says yes. Obert fan says he's great. Matt's cool with it. Baxter's good. Would you look at that, folks? some nice, level-headed, even-keeled Oriole fans who understand that there are ups and downs to a baseball season. It's good to see. All right, we're in the top of the third now. Let's see if these bats can wake up. Ryan Mountcastle is at the plate. First pitch is ball one. And this one is way off the plate, 2-0. All right, so this is what I want to see right now. Clevenger's second pitch was way off the plate. You got a 2-0 count. Just start working counts. Make Clevenger work. Don't offer it everything. 2-0 pitch. Laid off, but it's at the bottom of the zone. And look, even though that's a strike, according to the umpire, you should have laid off that pitch. Stone, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, folks, if you want me to take it off the scoreboard screen, I can. This pitch is low, and the count now 3-1. I mean, as soon as there's a runner on base, and I call it, we're going to the sub-screen anyway for a potential rally. So hang in there. I can't please everybody. Some people tell me I always want the scoreboard up, or other people say, well, now it's ahead. Here's a ball hit foul off to the left. We all got to work together, folks. By the way, the White Sox are interviewing one of their pitchers, Chris Flexen, and his teammates are pelting him with sunflower seeds in the middle of the interview. I mean, just pelting him. It's kind of funny. What? All right, we don't have to sit here with semantics of language. We understand what we mean. Here's a base hit to right field by Ryan Mountcastle. He goes opposite field. Folks, look. If my attitude right now is sounding kind of bitter and kind of, sensitive, and I'm feeling like a wounded animal, like leave me alone. Look, I apologize. I need to set the tone. We need to let's just get into let's try and just be cool, folks. Let's try and be cool. We got a runner on base. Mullins at the plate. First pitch to him. He sort of halfway presented a bunt attempt and takes outside for ball one. I mean, folks, we're talking about chat language. We can afford to, it's, yeah. This one's hit on the ground to second, and they're going to go to first, they're going to go to second for the force. That was a dangerous decision there by Lopez, but it worked out for him. Ryan Mountcastle is forced out at second base on the ground ball to second. And Mullins will take over now on the fielder's choice at first. So, silver lining here, a little bit more speed at first. Here's Jorge Mateo. And the first pitch is lifted foul behind the plate. Of course, Mullins, with a terrible mental mistake in the last gasp in the final game against the Cardinals. But, folks, look, I know what one is supposed to do, but when that ball was hit, it looked extra bases minimum. I mean, it just looked like it. It's just an unfortunate situation. This one's outside. Now goes the runner to second, and Mullins steals a bag. So there you go. The fielder's choice puts a new runner out there, and suddenly the Orioles have a runner in scoring position, which means I need to get the sub-screen up. I better hurry up and get over there. Runner at second, one out, and a 1-1 count on Jorge Mateo. And there goes Mullins again, and he steals third. All right. That is what I'm talking about. That's the kind of go for the throat. Let's just do something to shake things up. Mullins now at third base. Just in time for the sub count screen. All right, come on, Mateo. Let's get him in now. 2-1 count. The pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Hey there, Cantankerous. Welcome in. Yeah, so everybody who's like, enough with Mullins, well, he just stole back-to-back bases to put ourselves in a situation to tie the ball game. Hopefully Mateo can get the job done on a 3-1 count. The pitch, lifted in the air, foul behind the plate. All right, Jorge, you got to put it in play, buddy. Jorge Mateo had one of the best at-bats of the season to drive in Kyle Stowers and tie that ball game up in that middle game. That strange middle game of the series broken up between 2 days. All right, the payoff pitch. Popped foul behind the plate. Mateo hanging in there. Hang in there, Jorge. Hang in there. You got to know this is a huge, huge, huge situation. Got to cash that runner in. Tie this game up. Reset. And then start beating up on Clevenger. Mateo asks for time. Runner at third, 1 out. Mullins got on first, stole second, then stole third. The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Mateo draws a walk. And that'll get us to the top of the order for Gunna. All right. I mean, let's hear it, folks. We need some runs. We need some positivity. We need a release. We need some joy. I want to feel euphoric. Come on, Gunner. First and third, 1 out. Tying run at third. 1-0 Chicago, top of the third. And Gunner calls for time before Clevenger throws his first pitch. That's right. Get those emojis going in the chat. I want that chat humming. Like a V8 engine. The pitch. Low. And down goes Mateo, and he is safe. And DeYoung checking Mullins at third. The Orioles not pulling off a double steal, but hey, you know what that does? Double play no longer in order. And the speedy Mateo now at second base. Any hit to the outfield scores 2 runs and gives us the lead. That's Mateo's 8th steal. 3 steals in the inning. The Orioles have returned to their base running exploits. The 1-0 to Gunner. Up and away. Ball 2. Folks, inching closer and closer to a big, big release. 2-0 count. The pitch. Low and away, ball 3. And I'm not sure Clevenger wants to go after Gunner. With that base open first and 1 out. As crazy as that sounds, he may prefer to go after Adley. 3-0. On the outside edge, a called strike. So Clevenger probably understood, if I throw one just on the end of the plate, if I get the call, great. I don't think Gunner's going to go after it on the 3-0. And now he's got a strike. 3-1 the count. Come on, Gunner. The pitch is outside. Ball 4. Gunner flips his bat, flips off the elbow guard, flips off the shin protector, and takes his base. Gunner is starting to work his way up the leaderboard with the walks. People are not pitching to him much. We are loaded up, folks, for Adley Rutschman. Who would you rather one up right now than the man? The man. Pardon me, please. I have a special report coming in. What's this? Wait. It says, do bugle charge. Ah, okay. Adley Rutschman, hitting from the left side, 0 for 1 tonight. 9 homers, 28 RBI in the season. Anybody in the mood to see him get to double-digit homers right now? The first pitch, inside by quite a margin. Clevenger completely missing the target. 1 ball. And you can hear the crowd in Chicago already sounding like something terrible is about to happen. That can't be good for the White Sox players. Next pitch. Swung on. Hit in the air. Right field. And deep. And it gets down off the glove of the right fielder. Mullins is in to score. And unfortunately, because that ball was nearly caught out there, that's it. Everybody moves up 1 base on a ball hit almost to the wall. But either way, that should go down. Well, yep, the right fielder stuck his glove out. It hit off the tip. That's probably a hit, I would assume. The longest single for an RBI you're probably going to see. Base is still loaded now for Ryan O'Hearn. First pitch to him is downstairs. Ball 1. I know, right? Mateo at second base on a ball hit to the wall, and he couldn't score. But that ball could have been caught. And, of course, after what happened at the end of the Cardinals game with Mullins getting caught off base, you can kind of understand it. This one is fouled back, and the count is 1-1. There's 1 out, Seeley. I'll give you the entire up-to-date once more. Top of the third, 1-1 game, bases loaded, 1 out, and a 1-1 count on Ryan O'Hearn. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He chased one outside, and the count 1-2. Come on, Ryan. There's still a lot of work to do here. Yes, we've tied the game, but bases loaded, 1 out. It's not going to be a successful rally if we don't take the lead at this point. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Still 1-2. Clevenger is now up to 50 pitches. There's really no reason to type in 1 letter at a time. That pup chase, you might want to go ahead and stop now. This one's grounded back up the middle, off the glove of the pitcher. Is there going to be a play? There will be at first. Wait a minute. They got a double play out of it? How in the world did that happen? It got past the... Wow, they turned a double play, even though that ball looked like it was going to go off the pitcher's glove. A double play. Pup chase, what are you doing, buddy? And why? I don't get it. You say you're bad, but like, how do you sit there and do 12 things in a row and then go, oh, my bad? My bad is when you, I don't know, accidentally bump into somebody. We really need to get chat under control. Look, folks, I'm all about growing the channel, but not if it's going to be a bunch of goofballs. What are you doing? Anyway, back to the scoreboard. Now that inning's in the books. Laugh or ignore. Well, you know, the thing is, if you're going to spam the chat, then you're going to get bounced because you're kind of making it difficult for other people to interact. Janet, you're doing fine. You're doing just fine. Christina, you're not a goofball? Aw. The Orioles have tied the ball game. Unfortunately, though, bases loaded, one out, and we hit into a double play to kill the rally. But Clevenger had to work a lot there. 51 pitches through 2 innings. That's worse. That's worse than where we're at here right now with Grayson. Yeah, I'm a goofball too. I guess goofball might not be the right word. Yeah, being a goofball is okay. Believe me, I've got other words I want to use. I got a lot of words I'd rather use, but trying to do the right thing here. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the third. Lopez at the plate and a breaking ball in there for a called strike. We've got a 1-1 ball game here. Grayson struggled in the first, and then in the top of the third, Clevenger struggled. And right now we're at 1 apiece. All right, that pup chase. The best way to prove it is just to never do that again. That's all you got to do. We'll give you a second chance. Yep, card crazed, typing in the exact same thing with a smile. See, we're Charm City Chat. We're not going to bounce people unless, they make it a concerted effort to push the envelope to the point where it's like, well, what do you think we're going to do? Here's a ground ball that's going to be fair and a tough play at first, and they make it. Wow. Just inside the first base line, playing about 10 feet behind the bag, Mountcastle able to field it and get it to Grayson just in time to beat out Vaughn at first base. Excuse me, Lopez. Vaughn coming up now. I do remember Pee Wee Herman in Midnight Madness, working at the arcade. This one's hit in the air by Vaughn. Can of corn for Henderson out in shallow left center field. And there are 2 down. So now Gavin Sheets will come up to hit. 2 down. Grayson is getting that pitch count under control. The Hamburger Man. Any relation to the Burpin' Chili Man? Oh, my friend. Dude, Midnight Madness? Listen, when we get into a rain delay or something else, I'll sit here and I will recite the entire script scene by scene for Midnight Madness. That is one of those movies your boy watched 600 times between the ages of like 7 and 13. Gavin Sheets takes one off the plate for ball 1. And the next pitch is fouled straight back onto the screen behind the plate. Against Grayson Rodriguez, lifetime 2 for 5 is Sheets with a home run and a couple of walks. There's a called strike. Good change up there. Bottom of the zone, outside corner. Oh, my friend, you don't remember the phrase, Fagabeefy? The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the third base umpire. And the count 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the third, 1-1 ball game. And the pitch. Outside, 3-2. Come on, Grayson. Enough of these full counts, buddy. And I'm already, man, you know what? It's just too quick tonight, folks. The scoreboard, way faster than normal tonight. This one is ball 4. So there you go. Another base runner on for the White Sox. And I just, yeah. This ain't working out. I understand nobody seems to want to sub up tonight. In fact, I've lost 2 subs since yesterday. Really? Okay. So more and more people acting a fool in chat. People are unsubbing. Boy, this birthday week has really panned out great. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Okay, Paul DeJong is in an 0-2 hole here. 2 down, 1 on. -2 subs today. Wow. I guess it's the two people. Nice job, Grayson, playing like a bum. Hey, Jack's back. Hey, Jack, can you hear me now? As this pitch gets away from Grayson and hits the batter. Paul DeJong hit by a pitch on the shoulder after being behind in the count 0-2. 2 on with 2 down. So, Jack, now that you're back, again, could you just give me an idea of what record you'd like to see the Orioles have that would make you happy at the end of the season? What would the final record be? There's a slider for a called strike to Andrew Benintendi. 2 down, 2 on. This one's outside, and the count even up at 1-1. The challenge is still out there, Jack. All I'm asking you is to just tell me, what record at the end of the season would make you happy and say, hey, that's a good Orioles team there. Could you just tell me, Jack? You're still here. Here's a swing and a miss by Benintendi in the count 1-2. 2 on, 2 out. 1-1 ball game. We're only in the 3rd inning, and Rodriguez is about to throw his 60th pitch of the day. It's amazing how Jack's unable to just answer a very simple question. The 1-2 pitch. This one's lifted and will get down into right center field for a base hit. The lead runner is going to hustle around and come in and score, and the White Sox have gotten the lead back on a 2-out single. 2-1 Chicago. Andrew Benintendi with a base hit in the right. I just love the inability to answer the question. We have a meeting on the mound. Hey, Jack. Need to have 50 more wins than... Okay, so, Jack, can you do the math? All I want you to do is to type in a final record. Just type it in. What is the final record that would make you go, hey, this is a good Orioles team? Type it in now, please. So is that 111? That would be 111 and 50. No, that would be 106 and 56. I'll do the math for you, okay? 106 and 56. So you're only happy if the Orioles win 106 games. 106. And Jack will be happy. By the way, folks, until we got swept by the Cardinals, guess what pace we were on? 106. No, I enjoy doing it, Jack. You know why? Because you enjoy dogging on the Orioles every waking moment of your life. And I'm not the only channel you go do it on. This is your thing. So why would you be surprised if somebody calls you out on it, Jack? God. Unbelievable. This one is fouled away by Corey Lee. The count 1-1 on him. 1st and 3rd, 2 down. All right, well, it's just really silly, Jack. You're gonna trash the Orioles to get attention for yourself? That's the plan? It's very, very sad. You talking about me? What am I doing wrong? Okay. All right. All right. You know what? All right. Look, folks. You want to be on the train? I'd love to have you. You don't want to be on the train? Don't get on the train. It's pretty easy. Here's a throw down to second. And it's a called strike 3 anyway, so no play at second on the attempted steal. Lee goes down on strikes to end the inning. The White Sox get a run back, regain the lead at the end of 3, Chicago 2, Baltimore 1. I don't know. I guess it's called a channel that's starting to become successful enough for people like that to find it and have nothing better to do. Beats me. Attention. I'm not picking on Jack, Chilo. I've given Jack every opportunity to just say one thing to show that he's not going to be here simply to say negative things constantly. I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. I mean, I'm here for everybody to have their freedom to speak their mind and their opinions, but it's very painfully obvious when somebody's here strictly to be antagonistic, and that's it. Right? I mean, if I throw a party and it's like an open invitation, everybody's invited, come on in, let's have a party. And just because I might overhear somebody's opinion walking around during a conversation that I don't agree with, I'm going to be like, hey, you leave my party. But if somebody walks into the party and every action that they do is to basically try to bring the party down, yeah, I'm going to call them out. Sorry. But folks, tell you what, I'll do you a favor. Rest of the ball game, no more mention of that guy. All right? Back to the ball game. Yeah, all you have to do is prove that you're not here to simply say negative things constantly forever. And look at this. Folks, we're about to have ourselves a little bit of fun. How about you throw some taters up in the chat, because your boy's got a little premonition right now. First pitch to Santander, called strike, bottom of the zone on the inside corner. 2-1, Chicago, top of the 4th. Pitch, swung on and hit in the air, right field and deep, going back and over the wall. Bye-bye birdie. Anthony Santander with a line drive home run that was in the air for about a second and a half, barely getting over the wall, and the Orioles have tied up the ball game. So, folks, Mullins, Santander, two guys that just, why are they still in the lineup? I don't know. One of them has stolen 2 bases to set us up for 1 run, and the other one has just tied up a game with the long ball. I guess that's why we stick with him. 2-2 ball game. Here's Jordan Westberg. First pitch swung on and hit in the air to left and shallow. The center fielder goes out and makes the catch. Well, back to square one, folks. 2-2 ball game. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And, folks, if you think any sort of Charm City shenanigans is going to lose my eyes on the big picture, look, in the moment, sure, whatever. I'm here through October, okay? Here's a first pitch strike to Colton Cowser. So if anybody wants to come around and spend their time wasting it with me, well, up to you. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Left field. Should be easy for Benintendi, and he makes the catch. 2 down in the top of the 4th. I think it might be time for a lucky. Now, folks, everything's gotten weird lately. Look, there's no coincidence between people getting weird and negative and the fact that the Orioles have just lost 3 games for the first time in a very, very long time. Swing and a miss by Mountcastle. 0-1 the count on him. It's just too bad that for some people, losing a few games does some strange things to them, I guess. I don't know. 0-1 the count on Mountie. And this one's on the outside edge of the knees for a called strike 2. Will you join me, Janet? Janet, will you be my huckleberry? I need a huckleberry. The 0-2 is off the plate outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I also think there's a few people out there bitter from earlier in the channel that just might be coming around to try and shake things up. They want to see my channel fail. Let them. This one's hit up the middle. The shortstop initially gets to the ball while going into a foot-first slide to stop it, but the ball pops away. No chance to get Mountcastle. He's going to reach on an infield single to keep this inning alive. Vonnie, you missed a whole heck of a lot. Where do we begin? The Orioles have come from behind twice already. They fell behind 1-0, tied it, then went behind 2-1, and now have tied it again. 2 down, runner at first for Cedric Mullins. And the first pitch to him is a strike. Oh, Janet, a lot of sun out there today. Jack is my dingleberry. Boy, that would really make Tombstone a really different movie if that was the line. They need to remake Tombstone. Just make one change. 0-1 the count on Mullins. Pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Like, aren't things so much better when I'm just sitting here acting goofy, making silly little jokes between pitches? I would love to get back to doing that. But when you got like 5 different people in chat all acting a fool, you kind of have to put out the fires. You know what I mean? This is a house. It's like playing The Sims, folks. Mullins fouls this one at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's like playing The Sims. Have you ever played that game? You're spending your whole time just trying to keep everything from getting set on fire. Just moving around, just checking on everything. Trying to keep everything running smooth. All right, folks. Top of the 4th inning. Subscreen's up because we're in a rally here. We just tied it up. It's 2 apiece. 2 down with a runner at first. Cedric Mullins with a 1-2 count. And here comes the pitch. That one just missed a bit low, according to the umpire. 2-2 the count. Magic hat? Well, it'd have to be not now, not mid-at-bat, mid-rally. Let's see what we can do without the hat here. Swung on and fouled at the plate, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Folks, 2s across the board. 2 out, and a 2-2 game, and a 2-2 count. The only other thing to add would be 2 runners on base, but there's only 1. And he's at first. Here comes the 2-2. Reached for and fouled back. Mullins hanging in there, and Clevenger's pitch count is rising. He will be throwing number 67 next, here with 2 out in the 4th. And the pitch is reached for, fouled back again. Well, folks, say what you want. Ced Mullins is having himself an at-bat. When Ced Mullins was hitting rock bottom during his slump, and folks, I'm not saying he's completely out of his slump yet, But there are signs that he's coming around, and this at-bat is another one of those good signs. I mean, he's fouling pitches off. He's extending the at-bat, and that's something that he wasn't able to do for about, I don't know, a solid month straight. All right, another 2-2. Here it comes. Hit on the ground. Right side, base hit in the right field. How about that for Mullins? And going first to third is Ryan Mountcastle. And folks, your boy is starting to see some positive things to get excited about. Cedric Mullins with another hit. Folks, just a reminder, Mullins on base again. Mullins with a hit. Mullins has 2 steals. Anthony Santander has a game-tying home run. These are the 2 players that if you read Twitter today, the entire world says get rid of them. This is why you don't give up on your veterans and why you try to support them through a slump rather than go, well, give me the next shiny toy. Hang in there, folks. Man, I tell you what, some people out there have some terrible takes. Yes, I want Kyle Stowers in this lineup, but I also understand that guys like Mullins and Santander are still very valuable to this team this season. We've got a mission this season, and they're a part of it. 0-1 the count on Mateo. Mullins at first. And who's at third? Mountcastle. Oh, Mateo reached for a slider low and away and came up empty. I don't know that pup chase, but try OnlyFans. Here's one low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Janet, it makes it fun, and it makes for a lot of anxiety. I don't know. It's the thrill. It is a thrill. You just have to understand that sometimes your heart's going to get broken, and other times you're going to feel euphoria that no drug in the world can match. 1-2 the count on Mateo after a check on Mullins. There goes Cedric, and it's fouled away. With 2 strikes, Mateo had to swing. That pitch was in the zone, and he fouls it off. Mullins will go back to first. But Mullins is interested in a 3rd steal tonight. Hey, leave Cantankerous alone. He loves Beavis. Another 1-2 to Mateo. Swung on. Drilled. Get up. Get up. That ball's gonna go. Bye, birdie. Jorge Mateo with a 3-run jack. And the Orioles have exploded. How you doing, Jorge? Go, Gadget Mateo. A 3-run bomb to straightaway left field. And just like that, the Orioles that you know and love are getting things done. Let's go. All right? Whatever this 3 or 4 day funk I've been feeling between the results on the field and the mood in this chat, it is over. Over. Let's get going. Let's go now. First pitch to Gunnar. Called a strike. By the way, subscreen. And I didn't wear the hat. I made all the right choices. Kept the hat off. Kept the subscreen up. Orioles magic delivered to you personally by BW. I will stop spamming. That pup chase, just typing that is spamming. Just stop. We know what you need to stop doing. But whatever. Gunnar with a check swing. And an appeal says he went around. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Henderson. 2 down, nobody on. The Orioles ahead 5-2 after a 3-run bomb from Jorge Mateo. Yeah, hey, Jack. Yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore. Whatever. Again, it's new. I'm done with him. I'm done with all of them. I got a winning team that I'm enjoying watching. Henderson fouls this one away in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I love it. Hey, remember when everybody was ready to give up on Mateo? That was what? Here's a line drive, base hit right field by Henderson. The inning continues. Gunnar with a soft. Let's go with the opposite of that. With a hard line drive into right field to keep the inning going. Yeah, guys, remember when everybody said enough with Mateo? Those same guys are going, yeah, we need Mateo in the lineup more. These people, folks, what they don't understand is that there's ups and downs, and they'll be the first to turn on a player and then the first to go, oh, yeah, he's my favorite guy. Yeah, guys, those aren't real fans. Here's a swing and a miss by Rutschman as he is up there now. Have we batted around now? Rutschman 1 for 2. We got a lefty up for the White Sox, Jared Schuster, as Clevenger is about to throw his 80th pitch here in the 4th. And it's low, 1-1 on Rutschman. RBI single from Adley in the last inning. Oh, is Jack off? Oh, okay, Jack off. All right, there you go, folks. That's the report. Jack off. Here's a check on the runner. Oh, my goodness. I swear to God. All right, the 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at first, 2 down, 3 runs in. Or is it 4 runs in? 3-run homer, but we tied the game in this inning, didn't we? I'll check on it in a sec. Yeah, it's amazing. Jack's disappeared. Gunner's on the run. Swing and a miss by Adley. And are they saying Adley got in the way of... They're going to make Gunnar go back to first. How does this work? Because Adley interfered with the catcher? How does this work? That's not Adley's fault that on the backswing, if the catcher is popping up and stepping into the batter's box, that's not Adley's fault. That's they got to come up with another rule for that. Gunner's back at first base. I'll try to explain what happened here in a sec. Swing and a miss. Adley goes down, and that's the inning. So, yeah, Gunner took off on a pitch. The catcher popped up. He caught the ball cleanly. But as he stepped forward to throw, Adley was still in his backswing, and a piece of his bat nicked the catcher. So the umpire said, yeah, you got to go back to first. But again, my argument is it's one thing to interfere with the catcher, catching the ball or not getting out of the way. Let's say if they're trying to throw to third base and you're a right-handed hitter and you don't make some effort to duck or something, they can get you on that. But that was weak. Honestly, that's just circumstantial. Everybody's got a backswing, and if the catcher is going to pop up, take a step forward into the box, that's going to happen. I mean, that's equal the fault of the catcher as it is the hitter. Your bat's got to go somewhere in a backswing. All right, whatever. What are we at here? 5-2 Orioles as we go to the bottom of the 4th with a big 4 spot. 5 runs on 7 hits. We finally get to Clevenger. It was bound to happen. I mean, the dude stinks. His ERA now over 7. Finally got to him. Mateo with 3 RBI tonight. The Orioles with a couple of homers. Mullins with a couple of steals. You say that, Book Deck, but Jack will... I don't know why I'm talking about him. Can't I just stick with... Let's just put it this way. Some people, you know they're not trolls because they'll bring up some details that... I mean, if you're a troll, wow, you are doing some serious research. You know, normally trolls will just say some sort of blanket, hey, you stink. But, you know, that's an example where they're talking about certain players and certain... All right, here we go. Bottom of the 4th. First pitch, a curveball from Rodriguez to Fletcher. Dominic Fletcher takes a called strike. Next pitch is outside, 1-1. Folks, apologies, genuinely. Apologies for tonight's ESPN interface being so far ahead of me. It's never been this far ahead. It's unfortunate. If you guys would rather just stare at, I don't know, my Twitter feed, let me know. 2-1 pitch is swung on a missed, and the count 2-2. Normally, it's maybe 5 to 10 seconds ahead of me. But tonight, it seems to be a full at-bat, if not more, ahead of me, which it's not ideal. 2-2 the count on Fletcher, leading it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch is swung on a missed. Grayson with a strikeout on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 5 strikeouts through 3 1/3 for Grayson. And, yeah, after that first inning from him, he is finding his groove. 30 pitches in that first inning, though. He's on 75 right now. It's going to take some work just to get through 5 innings. Here's Danny Mendick. First pitch to him is a strike. And the next one is hit on the ground to short. Gunner will charge and get off the throw in time. 2 away. Come on, Grayson. Keep it going now. Janet, I don't know. You better. You sure you can't get something delivered today? Chat's been a little weird tonight. I'm kidding, of course. You go get you some food. I need a lucky. Here's a called strike to Tommy Pham as the White Sox begin going through their order for the 3rd time now. Curveball inside, 1-1 the count. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th. Orioles 5, White Sox 2. Opening game of a 4-game series. Here's a breaking ball. Bottom of the zone, called a strike. 1-2 the count. And the pitch is low and away. 2-2. Who's due up in the next inning here? 2-2 pitch is low and away, ball 3. So Grayson, once again, pitch count a concern. Another full count on a batter today. Next pitch is outside, ball 4. Man, Grayson. 4 walks today. 4 walks, and we're not even through 4 innings. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's got really good stuff, and usually he doesn't fall behind batters early in the count. He'll get those 2 strikes, but then just can't put them away, and then next thing you know, it's 3-2. Here's a fly ball in the first pitch to Lopez. This will get us out of the inning. Kowser's got it in left, and that'll do it. At the end of 4, it's the Orioles 5, the White Sox 2. Yeah, Grayson's up to 78 pitches. That's nearly 20 pitches an inning. So the 5th inning probably going to be it for him. That will get him at least in a position to qualify for a win. But naturally, we're looking for more than 5 innings, especially if you're only giving up 2 runs to the opponent. All right, folks. Not too much to check on in terms of out-of-town scores. Everything going on is final now, I think. There might be one game. Yeah, bottom of the 9th, almost final. The Blue Jays are about to take a victory from the Tigers. They're up 9-1. Everything else is final. Yankees over the Mariners with a shutout. Giants edge the Pirates 7-6. The Phillies just keep winning, 5-2 over the Rangers. In 10 innings, the Padres beat the Reds 6-4. Braves shut out the Cubs 3-0. And another extra inning game. Wait a minute, 9-9 final? Okay, this must have been suspended, I guess. How is it final at 9-9? If anybody's got any information on a game between 2 teams going nowhere, feel free to inform the chat. Not sure what that's all about. Folks, maybe this is a great time to remind folks about the Charm City chat. There's only a few rules. 1, no spoilers. Even though that the animated screen we're using tonight is already helping to spoil a few things. Like right now, it's already saying Nicky Lopez is up and has got a first pitch strike. I'm still in commercial over here. Just one of those nights where, unfortunately, for whatever reason, my broadcast is just really far behind. Other rules would include no politics. Why? Because nobody's going to solve anything here. They can't figure it out in D.C. It ain't going to happen here. So, how about we use a few hours a day to take our minds off of that stuff and just keep that off the table. Finally, sports betting talk. Look, if you bring it up once, I'm not going to sit here and, ban you or even, erase what you said. But if you start making that your thing, it's not going to end well. Let's just put it that way. All right, here we go, folks. Top of the 5th. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. First pitch is fouled back. Strike 1. Clevenger is still out there. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't even the right interface. Boy, ESPN is all kinds of messed up tonight. This pitch is in the dirt, and the count is 1-1. Yeah, so this is still saying the White Sox are up. So this is all kinds of messed up. I think we might just have to, I don't know. I know you don't want to stare at my sub screen, and nobody's subbing up anyway. This pitch is low. 2-1 the count. By the way, last game, folks, 26 new subs. Great stuff. So if I don't get much tonight, I'm not going to complain. 2-1 the count. And the next pitch from Clevenger is swung on and popped up high in the air to center field. Left center and coming in a bit to make the catch there is, who plays center field here? Fletcher. Dominic Fletcher with that catch. All right. So is this up to date now? See, this says Clevenger. Okay, so yeah, we're back up to date. Maybe things will be a little more well-timed. Santander at the plate, folks. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. I mean, folks, you remember the Tata, don't you? Remember the Tata. Whoops. Uh-oh, look out. It looks like we're going to have a long at-bat here. Here's a check swing, but it's a called strike, and the count 1-1. Santander 1 for 2. Hit a home run in his last at-bat. Next pitch. Way up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Clevenger now at 90 pitches. This is surely his last inning of work. It's just a matter of whether or not he'll complete the inning. Swing and a miss. Santander misses a high fastball. And the count 2-2. Base is empty, one away, top of the fifth. Orioles 5, White Sox 2. 2-2 to Santander. Swung on and missed. 93-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Top of the zone. Tony comes up empty. 2 away for Jordan Westburg. And as much as I love you, Westy, at some point I need to find a moment to go off screen. I need a lucky. Westburg is up 0 for 2 tonight. His average now down to 278. Come on, Westy, let's pick it up. That last at bat of his really didn't look good at the plate. He takes low and away for ball 1. One-oh pitch. Ooh, a breaking ball clips the top of the zone on the inside corner. Tough pitch there from Clevenger. Westburg can't blame him for taking, but he's got a 1-1 count now. Next pitch, outside, 2-1. This one's just off the outside edge. 3 balls and a strike to Jordan Westburg. Clevenger had to throw a combination of 59 pitches between the 3rd and 4th inning. So pretty much 30 pitches per inning there in the middle during that Orioles rally. This pitch is pop. And this one is low and away for ball 4. Folks, according to my computer, I should be coming back to you now, I hope. Am I back? Folks, tell me you can hear me. Tell me you can hear me. Once in a while, things will just turn off and on real quick. Okay, here's the situation, folks. As the catcher will come out to have a chat with Clevenger, this might be time to get the bullpen ready, although they've had guys getting loose for a while now. But I guess maybe they want a different pitcher. So the White Sox are having a bit of a powwow out there on the mound. Here comes the manager. This is definitely buying some time. Yeah, you can't see me right now, Christina, because I'm enjoying a lucky. And folks, make sure to tap that live button in case there's not a red dot next to it. We do have a pitching change. A lefty is coming out here to pitch for the White Sox. Clevenger's day is over. It'll be Schuster. Is that a Simon Schuster? Jared Schuster, left-handed pitcher. Let's see. Not a whole lot of action, but yeah, 7 appearances. Not bad numbers, though. A flat 2 ERA and a healthy whip of .83. Did I sit on the router? The router's not even in the same room. That's why my connection, yeah, part of the investing into the channel thing will be to be getting a dedicated router hardwired into the computer. No more picking up Wi-Fi for your boy. I want that hard connection. Hard. He said hard. So has chat finally returned to the normal, civil, happy, friendly, charming chat that your boys come to love for the first almost 2 months of the season now? Are we finally back to where we need to be? My goodness. What has gotten into some people? I don't know. Are bath salts legal now in the Baltimore area? Is that what's going on? People dipping into the bath salts a little too much? What's shaking over there? Too much of that Dickens cider? Oh, boy. All right. Looks like we got our final warm-up pitch here from Schuster. I'm going to leave things right about here. We've got cows there at the plate, folks. Baxter and Rob already. Let's get some cows in the chat. First pitch is fouled away off to the left. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. With the pitching change, the Orioles ahead 5-2, a runner at first base, and an 0-1 count on Colton Cowser. Next pitch. Up, there goes the runner, and oh, he's safe. Wow, Westberg. They might want to take a look at that. That ball appeared to beat him at the bag. Corey Lee did a very good job popping up and getting a throw off. Let's take a look at this. Man, that is close. That is close. The White Sox might want to think about challenging. We'll see. Honestly, I think he might be out. I think he might be out. But I also would say, I think the tag is on there 1 frame before that heel is touching that bag. But at the same time, folks, it's so close that you need that evidence that's completely inarguable to get that call turned over. But I'm telling you right now, it looks like he was out, but it's really 50-50 on whether or not they turn this one over. It is as close to a tie as you can possibly get, but I swear, if it's not a tie, it's Westberg out. Westberg is definitely not clearly safe. I'm hoping, yeah, that because it's so close, and usually the longer they take, usually they stick with the call. And it's taken a while now. Enough time where I can go ahead and close the door behind me. Schuster has decided to go back to taking some warm-up pitches because of the length of time. Still waiting. Here we go. And the call has been overturned. Folks, the Birdwatcher is never going to lie to you, okay? Of course I wanted Westberg to be safe. Of course, I'd love to sit there with my Oriole glasses on and say, yeah, he's safe. But, folks, I got to be honest. It was bang, bang, and I saw 1 frame where I saw glove on chest before I saw heel on bag. It was super close. White Sox win the challenge, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. How is this game only half over? Orioles 5, White Sox 2. Yeah, he slid feet first in a second, the man. And honestly, the ball beat him to the bag. That's why I thought he was going to be out immediately. It was closer than I thought I even was. So I was a bit surprised to see him get called safe right out of the gate. All right, I'm back here on the screen. How's everybody doing? How you doing? It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up here for the White Sox. Grayson Rodriguez out for his 5th inning of work. Vaughn, Sheets, and DeYoung due up. I'd like a nice, clean, quick inning from Grayson. Let's get him out of here on about 90 to 93 pitches. Rob, hang in there, buddy. You got positive poop, Matt. Hey, Charles, how you doing? See, this thing is just too far ahead. It's already telling me Rodriguez is just getting the ball back from the infield and stepping on the mound, waiting to throw his first pitch of the inning. And again, it's just too far ahead, guys. Is there another? I'm gonna actually just look around here for a sec. MLB.com is even faster. That's the problem. Here's a curveball inside to Vaughn to begin the at-bat. 1-0 on Andrew Vaughn, who's 1 for 2 tonight with a single. His average at 197. Next pitch, a slider right in there for a called strike. 1-1. Let me try CBS Sports. Do they have like a thingy? Game tracker? Let's try this. Yahoo. I'm trying to stay in the 21st century. Let's see here. Can I get rid of that? 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground, foul off to the left. So Vaughn at the plate. All right, we'll give this a try. We'll give it the old college try. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negative space that. Yeah, I see they stick this ad up here. It's not the best interface ever, but we'll work with it. 2-2 the count on Vaughn, leading off the bottom of the 5th. And strike 3. Vaughn goes down on strikes. All right. Vaughn caught looking on a pitch on the bottom of the zone on the outside corner. 1 down for Gavin Sheets. First pitch is low and in. Again, folks, this interface maybe not to your liking. It takes some getting used to for me. I don't know how I can get rid of that ad up there. This one's lined hard into the right field corner, but foul from Gavin Sheets. 1-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 5th. See, like right here, it looks like Sheets is already up to ball 4. Why does it say 2 balls and 4 strikes on the scoreboard? This one's low and away. 2-1 the count. I'll tell you what, we'll stick with this for the inning, and then we'll give the Yahoo page a try, and then we'll figure out which one's best. 2-1 pitch. Outside edge on the bottom of the zone. Called a strike, 2-2. Yeah, it's a 2-4 count. I don't know what's going on. All I can do is describe what I see. Here's a ball reached for and fouled away. Still 2-2 on Sheets. The Orioles come in tonight with a record of 29-18, 11 games over 500. After that 3-game losing streak that will hopefully end tonight. Get our 30th win tonight. 2-2, up and away, ball 3. Come on, Grayson. Again, another at-bat where Grayson gets ahead, and then eventually you work your way to a full count. Sheets has walked twice already tonight. Low and in, ball 4. Man, oh man. Grayson. 90 pitches. Just one out here in the 5th. So he's gotten 13 outs. It's taken 90 pitches. What's blurry? Here's a swing and a miss. Is this interface a little too blurry for you guys? Paul DeYoung at the plate swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. 1 on, 1 out. And this one in on the hands and nubbed in front of the pitcher, but it's a foul ball. And the count 0-2. Folks, again, I just feel like it'd make more sense to just wait between innings to give maybe the Yahoo page a chance. We got double barrel action for the Orioles. Danny Coulombe, the lefty, and I didn't have enough time to see who the righty was. I'll guess Jacob Webb, because it definitely wasn't Cano or Kimbrel. Swing and a miss. There you go. All right, Grayson. One more out to get, and your day is over. 93 pitches right now. Trying to get through 5 with under 100 pitches. Yahoo seems to be ahead too. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm assuming White Sox local broadcast. This one's popped up into the air right field, backing up, but should have room on the track. Santander makes the catch, and the inning is over. Grayson Rodriguez labors through 5 innings. Labors. His day is over, but hey, he qualifies for the win. All we need to do is to protect a 3-run lead and hopefully add a little more on the way. We go to the 6th. Orioles 5, White Sox 2. And you're telling me Yahoo ain't much better, huh? Yahoo. I don't think I've been on this website since 1998. All right, if this doesn't work, I'll head on over to GeoCities. Maybe check out MySpace for an update. Maybe I can put in a bid on eBay. Scoring, play-by-play. How does this work? Well, see, Lee, that's why you got me, my friend. That's why you got me. All right, so that's the batting interface. And that gives you the scoreboard as well. Does this give you the score here? It doesn't. I kind of prefer to just leave like this up and let you see all the... I can't have it both ways, can I? All right, we'll give it a try. We'll see how far ahead this is. I mean, this already shows Cowser with a 1-2 count. This one is even farther ahead. Cowser's already seen 3 pitches in the next inning. I can't. It's just something's going on tonight, or I'm just way behind. This one has Cowser without having a pitch thrown to him yet. So I think we got to stick here, guys. It's either this or the sub screen for the rest of the night. Well, now it says, I don't know. I don't know where to go. First pitch to Cowser, ball 1. Cowser's 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of flyouts. Oh, come on with the studio. Are you serious? Hit on the ground to the right side. The first baseman, Vaughn, flips it to the pitcher covering, and Cowser is retired. Folks, that's the second time in the game. There's been a lot of rain out here on my end. Huge storm before the game started here. That's the second time there's been a dropout in my stream tonight. It's just one of those nights where technical difficulties, we're going to have to work around it. Well, at least tomorrow shouldn't be a problem. The game's on Apple TV. Oh, no. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate. And the first pitch to him is outside for ball one. Mountie, big night so far with a couple of hits after struggling. This one's hit on the ground, right side, and throw a base hit down into the corner. Ryan Mountcastle is just finding new places to get hits. I mean, opposite field right down the line for a double. His third hit of the night. Mountcastle is breaking out of a slump. Mullins breaking out of a slump. Santander breaking out of a slump. Let's go. One on, one out. Mullins at the plate. Lefty on lefty. And he swings and hits one high and deep down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul. Mullins just out in front of that pitch. Had he stayed back on it just a little bit, he might have gone deep. 1 for 2 is Mullins. A single and a couple of steals. Thanks, Card. This one is popped up. Left side. Long run for everybody. And it'll drop in foul ground by a couple of feet. So make that strike 2 on the batter. 0-2 the count. I don't like the looks of this thing. Let's go back to the subscreen for a minute. Hey, thank you, number 866. Folks, I mean, I can go ahead and lock it in. We're getting to 900 by the time we're done here in Chicago. All it takes is about 10 subs a day. And then we're at 900, and we're counting down to 1,000. 0-2 to Mullins is reached for and fouled back. Still 0-2. Subscreen's up, so I'll do an extra good job at keeping you informed. It's the top of the 6th. The Orioles ahead 5-2. They have a runner at second base, 1 out, and Mullins has an 0-2 count. The pitch. Swung on and hit on the right side to the second baseman. Mullins will be retired. That'll allow Mountcastle to move up to third base, but there are 2 down now. And that'll bring up Jorge Mateo. Mateo's last time up, I don't know if you guys remember, but 3-run jack. He's got a runner at third here with 2 down. The pitch way up and away for ball 1. Jorge Mateo, average at 261 now. That home run is third. 1-0 pitch, low and away, ball 2. Once again, folks, we are in the top of the 6th. The Orioles with a 5-2 lead and a runner at third base with 2 out. Mateo with a hitter's count of 2-0. The pitch. Way high, ball 3. Gunnar Henderson's on deck. I mean, how good is this lineup if you got Mateo hitting 9th and doing well, and then the pitcher's got to realize, oh my God, if I don't get this guy, Gunnar's next. Top of the order. Way off the plate, ball 4. So there you go. Well, if it's lefty on lefty you want, Schuster, Gunnar Henderson will be more than happy to oblige. First and third, 2 down, and here comes the pitching coach to have a chat with Schuster. During that chat, I'll bring him on back here for a sec. Take a look at some of the box scores here from all the batters tonight. There you go. Of course, Santander and Mateo both with home runs. Mountcastle with a big 3-hit night. Gunnar and Adley with a hit apiece. Adley with an RBI. Sed's got a couple of runs scored. It's been Cowser and Westberg and O'Hearn who have been quiet. Those three guys are, especially Westberg and O'Hearn, pretty steady. But it just goes to show you, folks, it's really hard for everybody to be doing well. All right, here we go. First and third for Gunnar Henderson. 2 down. And the first pitch from Schuster is fouled back. Big cut from Gunnar, as you'd expect. Mateo could think about stealing here, although with Gunnar at the plate. Here's a check on Mateo. He's back in standing. I tell you this, if they check on Mateo twice, then go ahead and try. But I wouldn't make it the biggest priority right now with this situation. Pitch upstairs, and there goes Mateo. And, well, you wanted it? You got it. Mateo swipes second base without even a throw down there. That's 4 steals for the Orioles so far tonight, I think. Because I know Mateo's got 2, and I know Mullins has 2. Does Gunnar have 1 as well? Oh, that's right. Westberg tried to, but got caught. This pitch is off the plate outside. So second and third now with 2 down. And Henderson with a 2-1 count. The pitch. Breaking ball left up and in. 3-1 on Gunnar. And now Adley at the plate, or Adley on deck. See, the thing is, is Gunnar gonna get a chance to hit? This is part of the reason why I'm saying it wasn't necessarily a pressing need to take that bag. 3-1 count, check swing, fouled at the plate. Because, yeah, as much as I expect Mateo to swipe the bag, 2 things. One, if he doesn't, now you've ended the inning with leaving the bat in Gunnar's hands with 2 on. And then second, if Gunnar's going to do what he normally does, which is get an extra base hit, Mateo is going to score from first anyway. Well, the point is moot. Gunnar draws a 2-out walk, and now the bases are loaded. Yes, the man, he has ever been caught. Your boy the Birdwatcher isn't speaking a bunch of garbage out of his mouth, I promise you. There is a reason. This one's off the plate to Adley for ball 1. Look, the man, I'm not arguing with you. Mateo's got the legs. If he can swipe a bag, he should, but not every situation is automatic. That's all. He stole it. I'm happy for him. And there's a called strike over the plate, but it was low. Adley looks back at the umpire. Hopefully to say, well, at least give me that call when I'm catching. That was low. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. This one is swung and a miss. Adley fooled on a slider low and in. That swing was nowhere close to the baseball. 2-2 the count. 2 down, bases loaded. The Orioles trying to blow this one open. The pitch reached for and popped up. That would have been ball 3. But that ball's going to drop in. No man's land. Holy cow, 2 runs are going to score. The White Sox, their body language would have led you to believe that somebody was going to catch this baseball. That ball hung up there, and 3 guys just sort of watching it fall in. Adley with a 2-out, 2-run RBI. We'll take it. What's this popping up down here? Welcome back, Sea Cleaner. I didn't ask for Sea Cleaner. What is this doing open? No, I don't want Sea Cleaner. No, I don't want to. I decline. What are you doing? Maybe that's why my stream's having problems. All right. Austin Hayes is up to pinch hit, I guess. He wasn't in this game before. Is this for Ryan O'Hearn, I guess, right? Yeah, O'Hearn being lifted for the right-handed pitcher or hitter against the left-handed pitcher. First and third, 2 down. The Orioles now ahead 7-2. Seed finger. How you doing, Sean Finns? This pitch is upstairs, 2-0. The Orioles with 2 runs here in the top of the 6th, now leading 7-2. They have runners at first and third and 2 down. Another lefty for the White Sox getting loose in the bullpen. Pitch, line drive, base hit left field. Austin Hayes will have himself an RBI single. And the Orioles now lead 8-2. Gunnar Henderson comes in to score. All right. Folks, anyone feeling like exhaling? Maybe enjoying a good ball game where we flex our muscles a little bit and show what we do? I'm feeling good. By the way, it seems like all the people that hated the Orioles are all left the chat. What do you do when you're winning by 6? Anthony Santander takes low for ball 1. 2 down, runners at first and second. 3 runs in. Pitch. Swung on. Oh, boy, that looked good off the bat, but right to the center fielder to end the inning. The Orioles add 3 more on the board. 8 runs on 10 hits. They now lead this one 8-2. Sealy. Don't you think it's going to... Sealy. Oh, my God. What's the score? I don't know. I'm wrapping up an inning, giving you the summary. There you go. I tell you what. The Orioles are trash. All right. You know, if it's a weeding out process all season long, so be it. Because you know what, folks? When it comes to postseason time, the only people I want here with the Birdwatcher are believers. All right? That's who I want here with me, believers. Because once we get to October, I'm going to do my best to call the game as professionally as possible. Try to keep my emotions somewhat in check. I'm telling you right now, if we get to October baseball and, like, it's the second inning of game 1 of whatever and, like, somebody strikes out and then somebody's like, oh, he's stink. Like, forget it. Forget it. I ain't trying to hear that, see? All right. All right, the man. Sounds good. That's what I'm saying. Yep, James. How about that? And I'm sure every team can say the same about one series versus... You know, when we played the Yankees, 3 out of those 4 games, we scored 3 runs or less and won. Anyway. I mean, we lost one of those 3, but what I'm saying is we had a lot of games where our offense wasn't good, and we still won. Hey, you want to go back to the 1966 World Series, Orioles-Dodgers? Take a look at the box scores of those games. A lot of 1-0s and 2-1s. we outpitched Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. There's different ways to win. The point is win. Danny Coulombe is on the mound to face Corey Lee. First pitch is a strike, and the next is also a strike. 0-2 the count on Lee. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Adley applies the tag after that pitch hit the dirt. One away here in the bottom of the sixth. Coulombe with a 3-pitch strikeout to start his day. Mr. Hyde, that what you're talking about right there, that's we did, Seeley. Orioles over the Dodgers, I believe, 4-1. With our young team at the time, big underdogs against the likes of Koufax and Drysdale. We outpitched them. Julks is up to pinch hit for Dominic Fletcher. Who is Julks? Give me a first name, please. No idea who this guy is or what he does, but he's at the plate. Next pitch is swung on and missed. 0-2 on Julks, right-handed batter. One out, nobody on. 0-2 to Julks is in the dirt, 1-2. All right, James, talking about the things we got to do. I agree. I mean, we're doing it right now, aren't we, James? This pitch is upstairs. Count 2-2. The only argument I would say, James, is I would rather, if I know in advance that the Orioles are going to be in the postseason, I would rather have more success against winning teams and lose to the losing teams, because when we get to the postseason, the teams are going to be playing are the teams that win. We won't be playing the teams that we lose to. We don't get Oakland in the playoffs. We don't get the White Sox in the playoffs. We're not going to see the Cardinals. We're going to see the teams that were beaten. Here is a curveball upstairs, and the count is full on Julks. So, yeah, if that's our biggest problem, is that we're going to make the playoffs, but our record against losing teams isn't great, I'll take it. Swing and a miss. Coulombe gets the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks since coming on here in the sixth. Oh, my God, James, thank you. I can't believe I actually gave a counter argument that was received with a good point. You know, I can't believe it. We actually had an exchange. And, folks, I'm the same way. You can come at me with a take, and if it's something I haven't thought about, I'll say good point back to you, too. There's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count on Danny Mendick with 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the sixth. It'll bite us if we don't make the playoffs, James. Swing and a miss. And that's the inning. Danny Coulombe strikes out the side. How about that? Let's talk about that for a minute. Can we spend, 2 minutes reminiscing how Danny Coulombe just came in and struck out the side? For some reason, the Birdwatcher likes to talk about good things equally with the bad things. I don't know, even more than bad. Yankees won 3.5 ahead of the Birds. Yes, they've also played, 5 extra games? So I'm not worried. Not worried at all. Where are we at in the loss column? That's what matters. We can't sit here and worry about games we haven't played yet. Where are we at in the loss column? One game back in the loss column. I'm not worried at all. At all. There's only, 115 more games to go or something? I think we're going to be all right. I love everybody's attempts at trying to say, red alert, the Orioles. What are the Orioles going to do? I don't know. I'm going to sit here and try to enjoy a great team that go out there and usually put on a really nice show for us. Yeah, the Phillies have barely played any winning teams yet. And look, I'll hand it to Philly. They are getting the job done, regardless of who they're playing. But, yeah, when it comes to people talking about power rankings, I feel like the Phillies, it's not their fault that they haven't played a lot of, it's just schedules work out the way that they do. But the Phillies are good, folks. They're good, but probably not as good as their record would indicate at the moment. I think by the time we get to the All-Star break, we'll have a better look at how things line up. All right, here we go. Schuster, the lefty, out there to pitch another inning. He's already thrown 32 pitches. Westberg at the plate. First pitch to him is low and away for ball one. We're in the top of the seventh, folks. Next pitch is also low and away, 2-0. It appears there may be a change in the White Sox defense. Julks stays in the game for Fletcher, but will move to right field with the right fielder Tommy Pham now playing in center. 2-1 the count now on Westberg. 8-2 Orioles, top of the seventh. This pitch is inside, and the count 3-1. Second in the East, make the playoffs. Yeah, James, I've said it a bunch. Maybe you haven't been around to hear it, but here's a swing and a ground ball. Nice backhand by the third baseman. Long throw. It's a little offline, but Vaughn able to keep his foot on the bag as that ball was in foul territory when he caught it. And one away here as Westberg grounds out. Excuse me. Or is that Cowser? Who was that? That was Westberg, wasn't it? I need some coffee. Yeah, bottom line, the division doesn't mean as much as it used to. Cowser's at the plate right now. First pitch is fouled straight back. Last year was just another example. You look at a team like the Diamondbacks. They got in. They were a wild card. They had to play a lot of teams on the road, and it didn't matter. What mattered was their team was set up to win, and they got to the series. So that's what I worry about. Just get us to the playoffs, and while we're working our way there, just Cowser with a fly ball, deep center, going back as a center fielder. He's on the track. He makes the catch. Just a couple of feet to the left of the 400-foot sign and straightaway center field. Two down here in the top of the seventh. See, I'm not, I would love to win the East. I would love us to win another 100 games plus, show the Yankees that we're the better team, take the East, but that is nowhere near as important as it used to be. Right now, I want to worry about how to go into the playoffs and win when we're there. If it takes an extra series, that's fine. You would think the Orioles, if they were a wild card, would get a home series with the best wild card record. This one's lying down the left field corner by Mountcastle, who's got his fourth hit of the game. Folks, Ryan Mountcastle is back. He has raised his average nearly 20 points. With one night at the plate. All right, Cam, take it easy. 2 out for Sed Mullins. First pitch fouled back. And the 0-1 is line. Base hit right center field. Mountie will go first to third for what feels like at least the third time today. Mullins with a 2-out single. Look at Ced picking it up with a 2-hit night. A couple of steals, couple of runs. Everybody still ready to give up on Ced? Mateo at the plate. Swing and a miss. Change up. Mateo out in front. Swung over it too. That ball had some dipping action. 2 down. Runners at the corners here in the top of the 7th. Pitch is low. 1-1. The Orioles are going to have a whole nother trip through the order because we got the 8th and 9th to play. Gunner on deck. The 1-1 is on the outside, but too far off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mateo with that 3-run homer earlier in the night. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up once again. Mateo unable to get to it. That is how Schuster has gotten both the strikes in this at bat. A change up away at the bottom of the zone. Let's see if he goes back there again. 2-2 pitch. He does go back there again, and Mateo swings and misses. Same pitch, same spot, just a little bit farther low and away. Mateo swung and missed. It's almost like your boy knows how baseball works. You know, eventually, folks, some of you out there who might be skeptical about my baseball knowledge, give me the whole damn year, will you? Look, I can tell you right now, there's a lot of stuff I don't know a damn thing about. Simple stuff that a lot of people have no problems with. But there's 2 things I know. Tetris and baseball. All right? You're just going to have to trust me on those 2 things. I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything else like I know what I'm talking about. But Tetris and baseball, you're damn right. That's what I know. All right. Where are we going? We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Who's going to be on the mound for us? Jacob Webb. Yeah, and this is already ahead of us, folks. How are we doing on the subs? Anybody? Anybody new? Nobody. Yeah, it's been a tough night, folks. Not gonna lie. NGL. Yeah, and Adley's been in a bit of a rut too. His average was like 315 about a week ago, but dipped below 300 there for a sec. Your friend is ranked top 10 in the world at Tetris right now. Does she have the special tapping technique down for this new age of Tetris? Boy, if your boy knew all about the new techniques that are used to shatter some of these Tetris records now, oh, I'd still be playing it right now. By the time I got to college, I still had my original Nintendo. We'd hook it up. Everybody would just do bong hits while I played Tetris and just sit there amazed. I had an audience. I was convinced I was going to be recruited by some Russian spy team. I feel like that game's designed to recruit people. All right, Webb's on the mound. First pitch is ball 1, and the next is fouled away. Jacob Webb out on the mound. Tommy Pham at the plate. reached for and popped up. And it'll get out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pham. James, I looked at that schedule in March. Basically, the month of June, folks, is going to be very, very difficult. This one's lined in the left field, going to get down for a base hit off the wall and extra bases as Cowser slipped out there and left. That'll be a double to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, the Orioles in the month of June have a grand total of 1 day off. And though things have changed a lot since the spring in terms of which teams we consider to be troublesome and which we consider to be kind of cupcake, either way you slice it, a lot of teams that if they're not in the playoff hunt, they're teams you expect to be in the playoff hunt. Here is a called strike to Nicky Lopez. Tommy Pham at second base, nobody out after a leadoff double. 8-2 Orioles. This one's low and in the count 1-1. Yeah, the June schedule is it's tough. You got the Phillies, you got the Braves, swing and a miss. Lopez behind 1-2. We're playing the Yankees again. I think we got Toronto to start off we got the Rays in there, which again, the Rays start of the season, I'm like, the Rays, 99 wins or whatever last year. But okay, they're not as tough as we thought. But then you look at Cleveland. In March, I looked at Cleveland and went, okay, there's a break. But obviously Cleveland is better. So yeah, it's a tough, tough June. And it's going to be a test. I'll bet everything I got that we're going to be a playoff team this year. I think all we got to do is just try to avoid a ridiculous amount of injuries, especially to key players. I think other than that, we're going to get in the playoffs. I don't see this team collapsing. 2-2 the count on Lopez. This one's reached for opposite field on the ground. Westberg collects it over to first in time. 1 away, and the runner at second has to stay put. Westberg once again sure-handed over there at third base. Oh, when I say I would bet everything, that's more of a euphemism than an actual, I'm not using DraftKings to bet everything, my friend. Just a coin of phrase, turn of phrase. Here's one low and away to Andrew Vaughn. Yes, euphemism. You've spelled it perfectly. 1-0 pitch is upstairs, 2-0. There's a called strike. 8-2 Baltimore, bottom of the 7th here in the south side of Chicago. 1 out. The White Sox at the plate. 2-1 pitch to Vaughn is popped up on the infield. Mateo takes charge and makes the catch. And as soon as he does, he quickly gives a cold stare to the runner at second. Kind of amusing. That runner's not going anywhere. 2 down here now. Gavin Sheets. This guy has been given the Barry Bonds treatment tonight. 3 plate appearances, 3 walks. He has scored 1 of the White Sox 2 runs. First pitch to him is a called strike. Change up at the bottom of the zone from Webb. 0-1 the count on Sheets. Next pitch is swung on a miss. The changeup. Sheets out in front. And the count 0-2. My friend. This one is reached for and fouled back. Yeah, again, another team we play in June that in March I'm like, oh no, is the Astros. But then you're like, well, they're struggling. So, yeah, things have changed, but still, in general, June, not easy. This one is pop foul behind the plate. Still 0-2 on Sheets. I mean, look at a team that's made the ALCS 6 out of the last 7 years. You pretty much assume that's going to be a tough series. And it may very well be. I mean, the Astros are kind of getting it back together. And the AL West looks up for grabs. There's plenty of time for them to get back into it over there. Sheets fouls this one off. Still 0-2. Oh, folks, I'll take you back over here for a sec. Just wish we had a better interface tonight. But I also understand staring at the subscreen for too long isn't exactly eye candy. This pitch gets away from Adley. Runner stays at second. 1-2 strikes the count on Gavin Sheets. Thank you, Giants fan. This one's hit in the air. That ball way up above the zone. Sheets somehow still gets under it and pops it up. It's a routine fly ball out to center field to win the inning. Folks, we are going to the 8th. It's the Orioles 8 and the White Sox dos. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Let's see if we can get a peek at who might be coming out to pitch. Tim Hill. Is this the same? Oh, I'm thinking of Rich Hill, right? Rich Hill's the guy that's like 50 years old. Tim Hill is only 34. He's coming in with a 1-0 record, 3.18 ERA, 1.82 whip, though. So just another White Sox pitcher that gives up base runners. I'm so glad the Orioles are looking in good shape to take this ball game tonight, because I tell you what, I really don't understand how Oriole fans have made it through so many of these seasons where we've lost 90, 95, 100, 105 games. Like, how did you handle those seasons, I wonder, for some of these fans? Is it you just never watch them at all, and then you come around when they start getting good, only to then criticize them every chance you get? Is that how it works? You don't even stick around during the tough times? I wonder about that. Imagine being not only a fair weather fan, but a fair weather fan that comes around to complain. Unbelievable. Because clearly you don't understand. If you really feel entitled to the Orioles being so much better than they are already, then you have not been watching Orioles baseball. Gunnar Henderson takes a called strike from Tim Hill, left-handed pitcher. Next pitch is inside, 1-1 the count. Let's get you back up over here at least, somewhere in the neighborhood. This one is inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Michael, I saw that, and I'm not happy with either of those ideas. This one is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. I mean, just when our team is starting to get good enough to where maybe we can start packing the house, why get rid of that left field upper deck now? I've seen people sitting out there this year. This pitch is high, full count on Gunnar Henderson. And then, again, the flag court being extended and taking away some of the seats out of those bleachers in right center. I don't want that either. I like those bleacher seats. It's a nice little section. There's ball 4 to Gunnar leading off the top of the 8th. How many walks is that for him tonight? At least 3, I think. Yeah, 3rd walk. Yeah, see, a lot of ballparks are trending toward, lowering the seat capacity and turning a lot of sections in the upper deck into these, like, bar areas and drink rail stands and things like that. Look, folks, Camden Yards, when that ballpark was built, it was a field of dreams, and it inspired every other team to change the way they thought about making their new stadiums. It is a gem. Leave it as is. I mean, make the little updates that you need to here and there, but in terms of, restructuring the thing. Here's a ground ball on one hop to short. It's going to take a lot to turn 2, and Rutschman will beat out the relay throw. So that ball was hit like a double play ball, but just too slowly. Rutschman with a fielder's choice, and he'll take over for Gunnar at first base. 1 out in the inning. And the batter will be Austin Hayes, who came in to pinch hit for Ryan O'Hearn. Got a base hit in that pinch hit. Up again for the second time here tonight. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the right. High. Yes, 1988. 0-21. That's the year I fell in love with the Orioles. This one's up and into Hayes. I've told the story before. Can't really give you the full story, but yeah, it was the Orioles' embarrassment that was nationally joked about that finally got me so upset that I said, you know what, I'm backing this team. I love this team. Because for some reason I identified with them. A laughing stock, a loser. Look at you. I said, you know what? I'll be your friend. I'll be your Huckleberry. And guess what happened? A year later, 1989, one of the most magical seasons ever. Did we make the playoffs? No, but that summer was magic. Here's a check swing on a 1-2 pitch to Hayes and no swing. The count 2-2. Next pitch, way inside. Hayes. That almost hit him on the kneecap. NYY Underground, folks. Stop the presses. Folks, NYY Underground. We have a special guest in chat right now. NY Underground. You got your boy. Whoa, there's a line drive base hit down the left field line and into the corner for extra bases. Rutschman will motor over to third. Second and third now. After that double from Austin Hayes. Still only 1 out in the inning. NYY Underground. Folks, this is the #1 streamer on YouTube for Yankees baseball. And I'm very honored to have you here, buddy, because you were the inspiration for me to start this channel. And guess what, Underground? After only 8 or 9 weeks in action, yes, Pete is his name. Eric knows him. After, 8 or 9 weeks, about to hit the first 1,000. It is growing. It is growing. Anthony Santander at the plate. Second and third, 1 out. It is, Underground, and I'm telling you, the Charm City chat right here, here's a called strike to Santander. By the way, great name for my chat, right? Right, Pete? The Charm City chat. And by the way, this interface we're looking at tonight, not normal. Please don't hold it against me. There's been some issues tonight. Anthony Santander fouls this one away. And the count now 0-2. Second and third, one out. Tony looking for an RBI here. Yeah, I pop into Pete's stream a lot. I let myself be known. I'm here to be civil. But it's great. It's so great that you found me, Pete. It lets me know that my channel's growing. This one is upstairs. And the count now 1-2 on Santander. Who would thought, folks? I mean, this is what baseball's all about. I mean, Yankees, our rival team, I'm sure they feel the same way about us. But at the end of the day, folks, we're all baseball fans. We all want to see our teams win. Santander swings and misses and goes down. 2 away here in the 8th. So when you got guys like Pete out there growing a base of fans on YouTube, and you got me here trying to do it for the Orioles, it's great stuff, you know? A do-it-yourself approach by the fans for the fans. All right, Jordan Westburg at the plate, and the first pitch to him is a called strike. Tough call there on a pitch that looked inside. Westburg 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. 2 on, 2 out. Next pitch, another tough call inside. 0-2. And that's true. Pete does. Pete gives respect and say, you know, the Orioles, you can't take them lightly. There's a swing and barely got a piece of that ball to stay alive. Oh, boy. You guys going to lock up Soto? That's going to be tough for us. The 0-2 is fouled off at the plate. Still 0-2. Yeah, Pete, would you be honest about this? Will you be honest about this? Yankee fan base can be a little difficult sometimes, right? I mean, you can be honest. They're not here right now. When Judge was struggling, I saw a lot of enough with Judge. Get him out of that part of the order. I'm sick of Judge. Swing and a miss by Westburg on a high fastball, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles ahead 8-2. So, yeah, a lot of people just dunking on, you know, their franchise player. And then, of course, he turns it around, and those same guys are all like, yeah, Judge, that's my boy. Don't you ever say anything about my boy Judge. Well, Pete, guess what? Doing this channel for the first season, I'm starting to realize there are a lot of similar fans out there for every team. Fans that just are never happy, always looking to point the finger at something, can't look at the big picture and understand what kind of talent they got there in front of them. It's tough, man. It's a tough balance to walk. Trying to keep the positivity going while still being honest about some of the problems we're having as a team and not letting people try to jump overboard and go crazy. It does stand for fanatic. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point, Pete. I didn't really even think about that. We're fanatics. How can I sit here and judge people for being a little bit irrational sometimes? We're fanatics. Oh, boy. So we're coming to the Bronx next month, Pete. You ready? 3-game stand? We're going to face you before Cola's back, right? That'll help. Unfortunately, it looks like we just lost John Means. Oh, is Heasley getting up? Heasley brought up to replace John Means today. Right-handed pitcher in the bullpen. Let's see if they bring him out here. Means is not just sore, my friend. Means might be in some serious trouble for his entire major league future right now, because it's an issue that has been troubling him and kept him off the mound now for the better part of 3 years. The one problem I have with the Yankees season this year is that the O's got us 3 out of 4. Yeah, that was a really heck of a series there. We'll see. Here's a breaking ball to Paul DeJong to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Orioles 8, White Sox 2. The White Sox took a 1-0 lead in the first. The Orioles tied it in the top of the 3rd. Chicago went back ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. And it's been all Baltimore ever since. A 4 spot in the 4th and then another 3 in the 6th. They've pounded out 13 hits and are trying to wash the taste of that sweep in St. Louis out of their mouths here tonight. Got a 4-game series. How about that, Pete? You guys got to play Chicago 3 times. We get to play them 4. You out of here? All right, man. Thanks for checking in, buddy. I'll check in on your stream, too. Really nice to meet you here. This one's hit in the air to left, backing up on the track. Just enough room to make it the catch, Colton Cowser. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. So there you go, folks. Check it. I just had a little brief one-on-one with probably the most successful YouTube sports streamer that does baseball specifically for one team out there. 25,000 plus subs. It's time for us to catch up with the Yankees. Here's a called strike to Andrew Benintendi, who's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk, couple of RBI. He's driven in both of the runs. There you go. This one's hit in the air to right. Can of corn out there for Santander, and there are 2 down. Oh, I'm not taking this job. That's just it. It's perfect. That's why it makes sense, I think, to just devote your channel to one team and go all in. I looked out there and I said, where's my dedicated only Orioles all the time channel? It's not there. Well, let me make one. 2 down in the 8th. Here's Corey Lee. Swing and a miss. Boy, Heasley's looked good since coming on. He's got 2 out already, and a first strike on Lee, just 7 pitches into his outing here. There's a sweeper at the top of the zone, swung on and missed. Boy, looks like Heasley's been brought up at the right time. After getting rid of Mike Ballman, we needed to balance things out with another righty. 0-2 pitch off the plate, 1-2. Hey there. Thank you, Chante. That's another Holland. Are you the same Holland that knows Bill Holland? Or was that another Holland? You might be the 3rd Holland. Here's a breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle. Gunner's got it. And another sweet throw by Henderson to retire the batter. Folks, we are going to the 9th. Orioles 8, White Sox 2. That's pretty cool that he came in. I've tuned in a couple of times. He's pretty dialed in. Little high-strung and too much of a potty mouth for me. I just think I think Pete understands his audience, you know. And folks, I'm doing my best to kind of get the vibe you guys have, you know. It's all about reading the room. Yankee fans, you know, they like to be a little salty with the language. Look, the real me, when I'm out and about, I drop all kinds of salty language. So you know, it makes sense to me. But what I'll say this about Pete is he's dedicated, man. He is dedicated, and when I see that in somebody, that gets my respect. He's putting in the work. This isn't his first year. He's been working at it. So, yeah, really cool of him to come by and say, hey, I think we're going to win. I believe that we will win. I like how you roll, Birdwatcher. Well, you know what, Bird fan? I like the cut of your jib. Folks, I'm not going to be able to please everybody. That much has been made known very early on in this channel. I've got a few people out there right now that absolutely hate my guts. And I couldn't really explain to you why. It seems a little irrational to me, but they really don't like me. I guess I just didn't give them what they were hoping for, even though all I'm doing here is just sitting here in my room calling Oriole games. You found me? That's great. You enjoyed it? That's great. But then, oh, there's one thing I said you didn't like. Well, now I'm the worst person ever and you got to go. All right. Well, it was nice knowing you. I can't please everybody as much as I'd like to. But what are you going to do? We're going to the ninth, folks. Nobody hates me. My friend, trust me, there's at least one guy that hates me. There's one guy, my friend, very early on. John Brebbia is out on the mound. Right-hander reliever for the White Sox. And Colton Cowser's in there. 0 for 4 so far tonight. Come on, Cowser. We need a base hit. Join the hit parade, my friend. There's 13 on the board. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Colton. All right, well, here's my call. If Cowser goes 0 for 5 in a game like this, then I want to see Stauser in left, Mullins in center, and Santander in right tomorrow. This one is lifted foul behind the plate. I don't mind giving Cowser a day off tomorrow. I'm trying to get everybody involved on this team. It's not a slap to Cowser. This one's upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'll say it till the day I die. When you're an Oriole, when you're on my team, I'm rooting for you. Unless you've got a terrible attitude, then I'll just ask for you to get off this team. But, folks, we don't have a player on this team with a bad attitude. 2-2 the count on Cowser. Called, strike 3, bottom of the zone. Cowser strikes out and ends his day 0 for 5. So, yeah, that's my call. Mr. Hyde, now that I know I'm big enough to be seen by NYY Underground, I know you're not going to be far behind. If you happen to catch this message, please, let's put Kyle Stowers in tomorrow's lineup. Maybe get Cowser a day off. Here's a ground ball by Mountcastle to the opposite side. He keeps going the other way. It's worked all night long, but finally, Mountie has been retired for the first time. A 4-hit game. There you go, Rob. And again, that's not to say Cowser has suddenly lost his mojo, he's lost his gig or whatever. It's just you got to figure out a way to rotate these guys in and out a little bit. Keep people fresh, keep people feel like they're involved. My friend with the Marky Mark advice. 1-0 pitch is fouled back by Mullins. Count 1-1. 2 down, nobody on, top of the ninth. The Orioles up by 6. Drop that Cowser and get with the Stauser. Yup. Actually, no, that was Vanilla Ice. What am I talking about? I'm getting my cringy white hip-hop early 90s guys. Yeah, thank you, the man. Sorry. Lag catching up. I'm honestly kind of happy I got that wrong and I had to think about it. Isn't that actually better that I accidentally got that wrong? Because if I had gotten it right, that's even more embarrassing. This one's popped up by Mullins. Left center field. Who wants it? Left fielder will make the catch and the inning is over. Folks, we are going to the bottom of the ninth. Orioles 8. White Sox 2. And you know what? We're just going to go back to the ESPN page at this point. Again, none of these ESPN. Oops. Where are we at here? First of all, let's go ahead and look at the schedule here for tomorrow. Get you guys ready to go. I know you're going to be back for another night with the Birdwatcher. And folks, tomorrow night is Bring Your Friend Night on the Birdwatcher channel. Why, you ask? Hey, we got to 870. because we're on the road to 900. And we could break it anytime. A big night tomorrow. Maybe we hit it on Saturday. Or maybe we just, limp our way across the finish line on Sunday. But either way, folks, 900 coming up. And then tomorrow, 7:40 p.m., first pitch. I'll be on the air at 7:30. In fact, folks, I might even be on the air a little earlier than that. You know why? Because it's an Apple TV game. Ooh. Scared kids? Scared kids? You should be. This will be our third Apple TV game of the season. And the first two, we got through it. But in the early couple of innings, anticipate there might be an issue. Corbin Burns against Chris Flexen. Hopefully the bats for the Orioles will be continue to be flexing tomorrow night. And then we got a couple of afternoon starts on Saturday and Sunday. Kramer versus Fetty. And Bradish against Crochet. Is it Crochet or Crotchet? I'm going to go with Crochet. Go with that Colbert kind of pronunciation. All right, here we go, folks. Heasley's out there for the ninth. And the first pitch is off the plate for ball one. Let's get you back up here on the Gamecast, yeah? Here's a check swing. Appeal, no swing, says the first base umpire. We are in the bottom of the ninth, folks. Yeah, Heasley, 11 strikes in his first 17 pitches. This one's hit on the ground behind the plate. Foul. This is Julks at the plate. Okay, I'm interested. What is this guy's first name? Because I've yet to see it on the TV. What is your first name, sir? Full player profile. The pitch is chopped foul off to the left. Corey Julks. All right. He's played 97 career games. He's had a cup of coffee here and there. All right. 2-2 count on Julks. Pitch. Breaking ball off the plate. A little bit outside. And the count goes full. Mendick on deck. This one's foul back. Still 3-2. Julks hanging in there. I bet the Orioles suck. You know, we should have a night where let's do like the opposite sketch night. I don't know if anybody's familiar with, you can't do that on television. Oh, that pitch is way high for ball four. Heasley gives up a leadoff walk here in the ninth. And while he did a nice job there in the eighth inning, and I really root for him to be a strong part of this bullpen now that he's up with us, I'd like to make sure we got a guy or two in the pen just in case something falls apart here. Danny Mendick at the plate. First pitch is outside corner for a called strike. I already forgot about what I was talking about with the throwback. The 0-1 pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. See, I'm already seeing, folks, we might have to just go with the sub-screen all the way home. All the way home. I'm seeing stuff happening that I don't want to see happening out of the corner of my eye. This one is fouled back by Mendick. 1-2 the count. Oh, right. You can't, the opposite sketches. Let's come in here. Like the next time Jack shows up, let's all just say completely negative, like worse things than Jack. Let's out-negative him. Let's really make things confusing. It'll be fun. That one's in the dirt. 2-2 the count. And I'm about 5 seconds away from going to the sub screen to see the rest of this ball game through because I already got a little bit of inside info based on a blue dot. 3-2 the count on a pitch, low and away. Yeah, Heasley, he's not the prospect. Let's put it that way. But he had a nice 8th inning here, asking a lot to go 2 innings. Popped foul. Boy, I hope after this batter we go. I hope we got another pitcher ready. 23 pitches for Heasley. Oh, yeah, nothing but blue and red hearts and negative talk about the Orioles. Ball 4. Okay, get him out of there. Get him out. We're going to the sub screen, folks. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. We're hanging out here. We're going to see this one through together. Together, 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 together. All these guys named Jack. All the stuff they're saying. Why won't they just let me watch? I don't need your criticisms. Make my own decision. All right, sorry, Bobby Brown came up in a rain delay earlier in the week. Well, Jack, if you wanted attention, buddy, if you're still out there somewhere, you got it. You got the attention. Now what? You need a new gimmick, Jack. Let's talk about a Super Bowl team that went 15-1 one year and talk about that one loss. What else is there? Hey, remember that night Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points? He missed a free throw. Man, he stinks. All right, Heasley's up there now with Tommy Pham. First pitch is outside. Ball 1. Do we have somebody up? Nobody out. The pitch. Lined up the middle, base hit. I said get him out of the game. Here comes Julks to score. It's now 8-3. Still nobody out. Get him out of the game. Why do I have to be the manager? Yeah, Jack. It's funny because we're laughing at you. We're all sitting here smiling at your awful, awful pessimistic nature. It's hilarious to us. So if that's what you want, to stick around and wait for the attention so that you can comment about it, when the reality is that you're a butt of a joke, then you win, Jack. You win. Hey, Jack. It's so funny. You're right, Jack. You're a funny guy. Line drive, base hit left field. Why is Heasley still in the ball game? How many more do you need? That's 4 straight base runners. Get him out of the game. I mean, I said it 2 batters ago. You still left him out there. Get him out of the game. What are you doing? Of course, this makes Jack happy. This makes Jack happy. Ooh, a chance for me to go. I told you so. I better stick around. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is the biggest moment of my life. All right, Heasley's day is over. The Orioles have a 5-run lead, but work to do. Bases loaded, nobody out. I know. I can't imagine being that perpetually miserable. I can't imagine it. It's got to be tough. It has got to be tough to be perpetually miserable. And yet type in words like it's funny. Jack, you don't know what funny is. When's the last time you laughed? I'm just tuning in to get your thoughts on the game. Jack, you don't give a... Jack. Oh, my God. I'm still asking. So you said, by the way, Jack, that 106 wins is the win total you need to feel happy about how the Orioles are doing. Jack, you act like you know me when you never... Am I supposed to call you by something different? Give me another name to call you, and I'll call you by it. Jack? I'm using your name. Jack? What am I supposed to call you? Larry? What would you like? Just, what do you want, Jack? What do you really, really want? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. What would you like, Jack? I want to make Jack happy. I swear, Jack could get a knock on his door right now and open it up, and it'd be Scarlett Johansson in a negligee, and he'd be like, I thought I'd order a pizza. This sucks. What makes Jack happy? Let's try to figure it out. Hey, remember back in the days of Columbia House where you could order like 10 CDs for a penny and then not actually pay anything? Did that make you happy, Jack, back then? How about just an ice cream cone when you were 5? Were you happy, or are you just complaining that it melts? Good Lord. All right, Andrew Vaughn at the plate. We've got a new pitcher, Yenier Cano. Don't you know? Andrew Vaughn, the pitch is a called strike. Hey, a strike. And the man coming in with a super chat. Thanks, the man. You know what you just did? You just made me pass the $100 threshold that will now actually allow me to get paid by YouTube. You just did it. You just did it, the man. This one's fouled away. 0-2 the count on Vaughn. And I hope that lost sub was Jack. The 0-2 swung on and grounded foul off to the left. Hey, welcome back, Jack. Oh, Jack, we're going to do the sub-unsub thing? Anything you can do, Jack. Whatever your last gasp is. This ball hits the batter. Wow. All right, folks, time to lock in. Jack, your name is no longer on my lips. I don't care. We got to lock in here. A hit batter brings in a run and is going to bring the tying run to the plate. Here we go. Here we go. My luckies are right by my side. Trust me, I'm thinking about it. Sheets at the plate, and the first pitch is a called strike. Change up on the outside edge from Cano. Huge first strike there because that pitch could have been called a ball. The 0-1. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We just need to get that first out, folks. And then it should all fall into place. Pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 strikes on Sheets. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Base hit right field. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. The Chicago White Sox now have the tying runs on base and still nobody out. Wow. And I'll tell you right now, folks, anybody who wants to do something to get under my skin right now, you're just going to get banned. Like, you think I'm going to have any patience or tolerance right now? I'm on the edge of my seat here. This is really these are nervous times. Drew French out to have a chat with Cano. I really don't know why Heasley came out for. I mean, I get it. We're up 6. You don't want to waste another arm, but after he gave up 2 base runners, that should have been it. 2 base runners, enough. Hyde left him out there for 5 straight base runners. All right, meeting on the mound over. A pinch hitter in the form of Deloach coming up for the White Sox. Left-handed bat. First and second. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. 2 strikes. Come on. Come on. We got to forget about what's happened up till now and look at the situation, all right? The tying runs are on with nobody out, but it's first and second. A strikeout here would be huge. Double play ball, huge. Outside, ball 1. But even if the runners move up, we want to try to keep that trail runner, that tying run at first. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Laid off. 2-2. Come on, Cano. Two-two pitch. Swung on and missed. There's 1 out. And Cano is about to be taken out of the ball game. Now what? Who's our closer? Kimbrel? Is it Kimbrel time? Oh. Man. Here we go. Easy as you like, folks. Easy as you like. We got 1 out in the 9th now. Craig Kimbrel coming on. Save situation. Good Lord. I mean, folks, your boy's about to break a bit of a rule. Folks, if you got kids and you don't want to see, a bad habit that I'm really not trying to, be a bad influence, but go ahead and tell your kids to, go do something else because your boy needs a Lucky and he needs it right now. I'm not going off screen for this. I need a Lucky, okay? All right? Kids out of the room? Great. Any kids still there? Smoking is bad for you. I'm not encouraging it. All right. But it really does hit the spot. Janet, join on in. Man, oh man, we're going to Craig Kimbrel. Yeah, that's right. It's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, your kid should be asleep. So if they're still watching, I blame you, the parents. Man, that is tasty. That's going to help me get through this. Craig Kimbrel's on the mound. This will be his 21st appearance of the season. Andrew Benintendi, the batter. The White Sox have 2 men on base. They represent the tying runs. The most important run is at first. If the runner at second winds up scoring, and that's it, we still win. Double play ball would be nice. First pitch is in there, a called strike. Good to see from Kimbrel. Wasting no time. A fastball in the zone. And Benintendi took it. 0-1 pitch. Lifted in the air. Stay in play. It's on the infield. Gunnar calling off everyone. He's got it. 2 down. 1 more out. Game over. What? Game over why? What happened? What in the world is this? Pop up. Caught by Gunnar. Runner at first. Runner at second. Oh, they're saying the runner blocked Gunnar from getting to the ball, and so he's automatically out before anything happens. Wow. Folks, this is... If that's interference, that is nuts. I don't believe what I just saw. Folks, the Orioles have won the ball game, apparently, and I'm very happy for us. But I'm telling you right now, as just a baseball fan, that is some serious BS to end a ball game with. And the White Sox commentators are extremely upset. The runner did nothing to intentionally get in the way of Gunnar Henderson. He's simply standing in the normal position you would be and just stepping back. I mean, that is a terrible call, particularly to end the ball game like that. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm being fair about it, because if this happened to us, do you know how mad I would be? Yeah, I mean, that is, the league has to really look, if they're not going to sit there and get these umps on their act together with balls and strikes and some other of the shenanigans, that's one thing. But that play should never be called like that ever again. That is really, really bad. The Orioles, folks, sorry, we're looking at the sub screen. Final score, Orioles 8, White Sox 6. Man, I know baseball, one of the charms of the game is that every night you're going to see something you've never seen before. But, man, what I've been seeing this week, it's going to put me in an early grave. Some weirdness going on out there. 8-6 is your final. Grayson Rodriguez, your winner. Mike Clevenger, the loser. And Kimbrel picks up the save. My goodness. Unbelievable result. The Orioles use 6 pitchers out of the pen. Please, Heasley, I mean, I swear, that almost cost us. Letting Heasley stay out there as long as he did. But we got a win in the books, folks. Win number 30. Number 30. Okay? And we needed it because the Yankees won again already today. All right, it's been a long, long game, folks. I'm going to just remind you one more time. By the way, if you haven't already hit that like button, you might want to do it on your way out. But come on back tomorrow, 7:40 p.m. first pitch. I'll be on the air at 7:30. Corbin Burns against Chris Flexen. I want to say a big thank you to the mods in chat, Janet Hill, Christina, and Card Crazed. Also, thanks to Magic members like Cantankerous Old Fart, David in France, and Pocket Watch. You guys are all the best. I know we went through a whole heck of a lot tonight. I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting. If I sit back and play some the show later on, I'll be re-listening to this game because it's going to be interesting. And maybe I'll learn a few things. But until then, folks, I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday night. Get a good night's sleep. Get that Friday workday out of the way because we got a lot of baseball this weekend, and I hope you're going to be here with me to enjoy it. All right? Until then, folks, take it easy. This has been the Birdwatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Good night, everybody.